This version of It's Eric Nagel has been modified from its original broadcast. Content has been edited to fit this platform.
Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see.
Are you ready? I said, are you
ready? It's Eric Nagel. It starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen of the universe, the next voice you hear, it's Eric Nagel.
And thank you, Scott Shannon. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the program. I am Eric, and joining me, as always, from the frozen tundra, known as Arizona, or maybe not so this week. Say hello to Jordan.
Hey, everybody.
Hi. It is ungodly cold. Hellish, if you will.
Yeah, I was talking to a few coworkers today, and they're like, "It's going to be 10." I'm like, "That's a ridiculous number." What are you doing?
I'm in the single. Nope, I'm at 10 right now. So we'll get into that a little bit later. So much to get into today. If you're listening on iHeartRadio or their app or whatever you're doing, do us a kindness. Put us at the #1 position on that app. Until they tell us otherwise, that's what's the thing to do. If you're listening on Apple and Spotify, go over there, leave us a positive review. It does help out the program. Or if you're joining us live here on YouTube or on Twitch, thank you very much for doing so. All under It's Eric Nagel. If you're on the radio and listening, if you want to flip over, go find the stuff there. Best of content, past shows, new things coming, all that fun stuff. So, that out of the way, we need to talk about the fact that memberships are now available on the channel. Yay, took long enough, but here they are. So what you can do is if you're watching this video, whether it's live or whether it's the pre-record later on, whatever you're doing, in the description right below there is the link to show you how to go and subscribe to the channel. If you go to the channel and you're not part of it, usually the join, I think, is the name of the button that's on there.
Yep.
Right. You go there, you can subscribe. Do you want to tell them about the tiers that we're offering for the channel?
Right now, we have 3 tiers. The first tier is the old guild gift tier. It's a tier that you can use to gift to a friend, or you want to just do a recurring payment of $4.99 a month. That's the lowest amount. Get your loyalty badge. You can get a custom emoji. You get your members only videos. And that just helps out the show. $5 a month. Not too bad. The next tier, second tier, is our no money down tier.
Yes.
That is going to be $5.99 a month. You get early access to new videos, priority reply to comments, photos, and status updates, connecting you to us on social media. Mm-hmm. And for $10 a month, which is our favorite tier, the cromulent tier. Like I said, $10 a month. That's our S tier supporters.
Cromulent tier, Jordan.
Look, I haven't even heard of the word embiggen. Look, I've never even heard of the word embiggen until I moved to this town. But yes, we have 3 tiers. The S tier is our cromulent tier. $10 a month helps us out, and it's we appreciate you guys for doing it.
Yes, so you can go there, subscribe. You get all the back content, all the archives now. When you subscribe, I know I'm going to hear, hey, everything's not here. I know, but you've got like over 170 videos to start.
There's 175 videos on there. If you get through all that in a month,
yeah, it's going to be a bit of a process. We're putting up the satellite years, the early iHeart stuff, right. Anything else that, makes sense for that. Plus, you're going to be getting Would You Kindly, the show I did with Brian Johnson. I think there's about 10 episodes up there right now. To start with, we're going to complete that catalog. That'll be up there for you to enjoy. And we have a bunch of bonus content that we've been planning out, and now we're going to start working and putting together because the membership stuff is here. So now's the time to get all of that done and maybe get rid of some of these fucking sodas and the energy drinks, the cases of ramen over there. Like, there's just tons of stuff that we got to do for the consumer. There's a lot.
You'll have more coming because I've boxed up a bunch of stuff. I've got some late Christmas things, and that's going to be coming out to you. So we got plenty of ramen to eat, and I got to go look for those 3 new ones.
So please do that. Go subscribe to the channel. It does help us out. If you don't want to, look, we can't force you, and we understand. But if you do want to be a part of it and do want to help out and what have you, get some of the back catalogs, bonus stuff, it's there for the taking. Go subscribe. Also, in the description of this video and the live stream, if you're watching this live, there's a link in there about turning on gifted memberships. So this way, if people are in the chat and they feel like throwing their money around like the big spenders that they are, it opens you up to getting a free membership gifted from somebody else. So click that link in there. It'll adjust the settings to your YouTube account, and you'll be able to get subscriptions if people want to are so kind to do that.
And before we move on, I want to point out, look at that. Here, the Geek became a YouTube member almost immediately. We haven't even started fully talking about it yet, and Jared's already showing what you people need to be start doing here. So,
what do you mean by you people?
The whites.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough. Well, thank you, Jared, for being the second one. I had people writing me today. I turned it on and hadn't even promoted it.
Like I talked about it.
I put a video up on Instagram and stuff. And Facebook is mentioning that they're available. I forgot to do.
It looked all nice and cozy and cold out in the snow.
Yes, in the middle. I didn't
understand what it looked like.
In the middle of the ice storm that was happening, I stood out there and was getting all of that nonsense there.
Right.
But I got to also thank Complacent Robot, which is an awesome name.
That's amazing.
I think was the first one to subscribe. And who else do we have here? Our pal Blackachew, the black Pokemon guy. He's subscribed. Jared. There probably is more. I don't know. I can't sit here and just go and looking through the membership thing. We're trying to do a show. But yes, just for the price of a couple of monsters a month, you could be a member.
We should do a commercial with a little Sarah McLachlan playing in the background.
Right. By the way,
for $5 a month, you too can support two white guys spending their Thursdays with you guys.
I forgot. Remember, we talked about this last week, and I said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to drink it," and I forgot to open it. The Welch's Cran Grape.
You got to drink that one. Super good.
Gonna have to, because I was gonna go for the Lonnie Cherry Bomb, but I saw this sitting here. I'm like, oh wait, I never drank this, so this will have to be the one for today. What else we got here? We're over 6,400 on the YouTube, so no excuses why anybody should not be subscribing to the channel. No, I can't do that. I've seen other people, they're very militant about how they do it. You need to subscribe. You do other things. I would like you to. That would be very kind of you if you did. I can't sit there and scream at people and force them to spend their money on things that they may not want to. I can make them feel bad. I guess that's a step. That's a way of progress, if you will, evolving, I guess. I don't know. But outside of that, everyone's going to do what they want to do.
I actually kind of like this idea. Jared said, for the cost of a single combo from In-N-Out. You know what? From now on, every now and then, let us know what you're giving up for a month just to hang out with us for an extra $10 here and there. That would be great.
It's like Lent, but you pay for it.
Yeah.
So what are you giving up this month to pay us?
Exactly.
That's a great idea. That should be the campaign. For the cost of Lent, you can subscribe to this show. All right. Welcome, everybody. We've got stuff to get to. We've got a bunch of stuff, videos, news clips, things going on. People have passed away. We're all over the place here today with the content that we have. But first, I want to give the listeners maybe a bit of what am I giving up? My will to live. Whatever, as long as
Noodles is only giving $5 a month. Got it.
I mean, if you're willing to live is only costing what, $6?
Why not?
I mean, you're undervaluing yourself, but we'll take it. We're not here to be
overvaluing. I don't know your lives sometimes.
Right. So please all do that. If you're on Twitch, you can still subscribe over there. I don't remember the tiers that Twitch does. I think it's like $4 or $5. And you also have your Amazon Prime that you can use. Tell them about that, Jordan.
If you've got an Amazon Prime subscription, they give you a free month for any Twitch channel to get a premium subscription. You can use that. Go into our channel on Twitch. You have to have to use the browser. Get on there. Subscribe for a month. You have to re-up every month, so we're going to remind you. But yeah, you get a free Prime subscription, and it costs you nothing extra.
Well, we got to remind them now because we are at the end of January. February kicks in, this weekend?
Sunday morning.
Sunday.
Right.
Get out your Prime memberships and go over there and click the checkbox to subscribe to It's Eric Nagel on Twitch.
How else are you going to spend Black History Month? Come on, guys.
Right.
My son's birthday is on Sunday, and it starts February. It's February 1st, and I always post about Black History Month and how he starts it off, and he's like the whitest kid ever.
He does his Prime. Well, Jared's doubling down. He does his Prime account on Twitch, and he just subscribed over here on YouTube. Jared is what we call a good egg.
We might have P1, if you will.
We might have to consider Jared for because we need mods. I was going through the whole thing, and it's like, we noticed you don't have any moderators. So it's like, we should.
We're just flying blind.
Okay, fine. Look, you're lucky I just made emotes and badges and all of that other stuff.
We were literally the other night for an hour trying to figure out what to name these tiers. That's how much work we're putting into this.
Well, I wanted it to be because everyone else just says level 1, level 2, but it says describe the tier. I'm like, all right, let's figure out something that's kind of cool, but we didn't do that. Look at that. Brooklyn Dom becoming a brand new member to the channel. Thank you very much, sir. What is the figure in his avatar there?
I don't know. I can't tell. I'll have to check it out.
I don't know. It's blue and it looks awesome. Probably something that would look good over there. I'll have to
from Small Soldiers
figure that out. Andy Hammond, the Prime sub gets resent if Jordan lets me yell at the roofer. Well, that leads us into our first.
It's funny that you say that.
Point of conversation here. We have an update on Jordan's ongoing roof saga. Last we left him, they had finally shown up to repair the hole in the roof that they said that was not an issue. And they fixed that, but did nothing to repair the inside of the house.
No.
That was leaking through, what was it, like a lighting fixture, part of the ceiling?
Yeah, so it was going through the wall, the ceiling, and then it was going down this long chain that pretty much was my only light in that hallway area. So yeah, it was leaking right into there. And it was one of those fixtures where it was kind of like a bowl. So of course it's leaking into like this bowl, and then it starts leaking down to the ground. So, so that was fun. So after the show last week, actually right before we were about to start the show, I got a text from the accounts manager over at the roofing company. And, basically wanted to talk about what's going on, what we need to do to finish up. And I said, hey, look, I'm busy. I'm about to start the show in about 3 hours because it's Eric, so we're always late. And so I said, we'll talk tomorrow. So I give him a call on Friday after the show, and we're talking. And she goes, hey, look, we want to send you the final invoice, and and make sure everything's done. And so I said, hey, look. Obviously the walls were the way they are. I'm not going to be upset about the walls. I have to fix those anyway. Those weren't, that was a part of the original issue. That's not on you. However, by you guys not doing your job in a timely manner, you not getting your stuff done in a timely manner, you've caused additional damage that I wasn't going to have to repair. That's going to be my ceiling. I mapped out how big the ceiling was because you can't just paint that one spot if there's no real damage. Because it's just going to look weird. The house is 10 years old, paint's a little faded, so it's just going to look off. So I have to do the whole ceiling. That's not something I was going to do. And these are vaulted ceilings because it's going up the stairs. So, it's really tall. I got to get a longer ladder, better paint supplies, things like that. I'm going to do the work myself because it's not going to be that bad. But I was like, look, you're going to have to knock something off my bill. I haven't paid you the other half of the money. This is ridiculous.
Did you go, let's just call it even and then hang up?
No. But I also said,
you should have.
When I told you guys that you had cracked my ceiling, you basically gave me the middle finger and said, hey, I have a guy that can fix that for you. Well, guess what? The additional water damage is near that crack, and now that crack has to be fixed. And now that is your problem. I was pissed. Like, I was just upset about the entire thing. So I laid into it a little bit. She goes, well, what do you think is going to be fair? I was like, well, paint supplies, the size of the ceiling, fixing the crack, and doing all the additional work, $500. She didn't even blink. She's like, okay, that's
because they knew. And you probably came in under their estimate of what they were going to have to offer you.
Yeah, and in my total bill, like for the patch job that they were originally going to do, was quoted under $3,000. So to get $500 off, that's a big chunk of what I was already going to pay. The roof, I mean, the ceiling's probably not going to cost that much, but like I'm adding in, I've got to repair that crack. I got to make sure there's no structural issues, things like that.
Right.
So they're actually they took $500 off my last part of my bill. They sent the invoice in on Monday, got that all paid for. And
did they say, well, we know somebody we could recommend to help do the ceiling?
They did originally when I had sent the original pictures telling them that they had, there was this loud bang and then they cracked my ceiling. Well, they were like, well, people are walking around on your roof. Things like this are bound to happen. I was like, yeah, right. But that was pretty a specific loud noise. That wasn't just walking around. That was someone dropped something like an idiot. But
that was like a nail piercing through the ceiling into your internal roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was able to get $500 off my final invoice, which was, it's nice. It's not, a ton of money, but it's definitely going to cover the cost of, paint supplies.
Right.
I was actually not upset about that. Now, I'm not going to go give them a great review on Google or whatever. I'm not going to even address it. But I think my talk with the guy that did the final walkthrough and me, when this was the funny thing, was like we were talking about, leaving reviews, and maybe when I talk to him, like if they're, pushing back on me about giving me a discount, just say, hey, look, I'm going to get on here and I'm going to just trash you guys because you guys have not taken care of me. I did one step ahead and I showed him some artwork that you had put together for our final walkthrough on the show. And he just laughed and he goes, that's going to kill him. And I was like, look, I don't want to pull that trigger. I don't think I'm that important, but I've got a platform and I'm going to, rip you guys apart. I need this, shit done. And so I think he went back and told her, and I think that's why they didn't push back on me.
Okay.
I think 500 is fair. It's going to cover pretty much the ceiling and all the repair and all the paint. And I think it's going to leave me a little bit left over to take care of some of the other wall. So now the hard part is getting it done, and that's going to be on me. So.
Yeah. Are you going to do it yourself, or are you going to hire somebody to come in? Are you going to cut part of that ceiling out and have it, replaced? Is it? It's not sheetrock for the ceiling internally, is it?
No, I think it's just what is it?
Is it plaster?
Yeah, something like that. I don't think. I don't think there was that much damage to the ceiling. It just looks like it was, especially when it first happened. Most of the major damage was on the walls because it was just a lot. So I think I got lucky in that way, but
from the windows to the walls.
Yeah. Till the rain drips down my walls.
I think we called the episode that, didn't we?
We did. And that was hilarious. Numbers Ninja CPA saying 500 sounds so inexpensive. It does. Compared to the full bill, it's a good portion of it. I think Tom from Alberta's in there doing the Canadian math for me. It's like a 16% discount, which, what am I going to do? I'm not going to push the issue too much. But at least I got something. I when I got basically the middle finger when they cracked my ceiling, that was one thing. I wasn't going to let this new water damage down, and I was going to fight them, and they didn't push back, which was fine. So
it's insane.
I'm not too upset, but it's annoying that it had to happen.
It's insane how it went from none on us to I don't know what we're going to do about this to hey, do you want the extra tiles that you've already paid for? Like they were giving you something for free,
right?
And then coming back, not having the material to do the job.
I was so mad about that.
Yeah, all of that. To be honest, I think it's worth more than $500, but.
I wasn't going to fight too hard because it's over with. It's done. I don't have to deal with it. We haven't had a lot of rain.
Well, what are you thinking? And then I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I think you should have let them offer first.
Yeah, it's possible. I'm not upset about it. I wasn't going to say, hey, take half the bill off. It's not that much damage. All the existing damage is where I've got to focus all my attention on. But I think,
no, but
for the little amount of damage and inconvenience of time, I think 500 is fine.
Okay. But God forbid something like this should happen again. When you get into that position, they need to make it right, and they know they needed to make it right. When they say, well, what are you thinking? And you say, it's like, well, I have an idea in my head, but I would like to see what you guys are willing to offer first, and then we'll talk about this. You put it back in they're a business. They're going to try to, cut corners or not pay if they don't have to. So if you put it back in their court, sometimes they'd be like, well, we're thinking $700. And you go, all right, you know what? It's more than what you said. But you said, you know what? All right, I think that's fair. I'll work with you on that. You make it look like they lowballed you, even though their number was higher than what your estimate was. So God forbid you got to do this in the future.
Right.
I learned that shit on my own dealing with the fucking power and the water and gas company when they hit that line outside and it charged back through my hot water heater, flooding basement and all that other stuff there, having to go through all of these things. Like you never, unless you have a bill that's itemized that you have to tell them exactly.
Right.
When it's always a negotiation. So when you're trying to think what's fair, you put it, they're the ones that were the problem. They should. It's like, what do you think is fair? And they go, no. You tell us what. No. I have an idea, but I want to hear what your thing is first, and then I'll tell you what mine is, and then we'll negotiate and come to a conclusion on this and what's fair. More times than not, when I've been in those situations, they always offered more, or as far as value or even cost or whatever, to make things right than what you were thinking. I'm sure there were some times where, there might have been one time, I can't remember, but where I maybe overestimated on some of those things where they say, well, we're not going to do that. All right. Well, then what about, then you kind of lose some leverage. You got to work on some kind of conclusion, but you always put it back in their court because they're the business. They're the ones that fucked up. And if it's too low, then, you come out swinging and all of that stuff. So, but I mean, look, if you're happy with the 500, that's perfectly fine. Yeah. You're going to do all this work yourself.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Well, I'll definitely paint myself. I'm not sure how confident I am about the walls right now. Cause
you're going to paint it black like the rest of your living room.
I just have the one wall in black. Just set the
I thought you did the whole living room in black.
No, I did the accent wall where all my shelving and books and stuff are black, and everything else is like a brown, like a tannish. I think it's darker, but it feels nice.
Oh, because you live in the desert, everything's brown.
I do. Everything's got to be tan or brown or.
Jordan was sending me photos during and we'll get into this a little later, but with the weather stuff, and he's like, "Look out my back door." He had this metal screen back door, and it looked like that
was my front door.
Or front door, whatever it was, and there's somebody else's house that has that Hispanic clay tile.
Yep.
On the top of the roof there. And I was looking at that, and my chick was like, what are you looking at? I go, I don't know. I think he's at a Mexican restaurant. The way it looked, you look like you're in one of those settings. But again, that's just,
hacienda.
You living near the border.
Yeah. No, Eric's been telling me about the weather and all this stuff. And I've had a couple other people tell me about the weather. And I just keep sending pictures of like me during parent pickup where it's just like sunny, bright outside. It's nice. No snow on the ground.
Ridiculous. But I'm glad. All right. So your roof thing is done.
For now it's done. I mean, God forbid a rainstorm comes through and to find out that, that isn't completely repaired. I mean, you don't know until you get that first rainstorm. So I'm optimistic, but yeah, as of right now, the saga is done. I'm over it. I just want it to be finished. Well, I'm happy with the result. I still got to do the inside repair, and that's what's going to be just a headache, really. I just need get it done. But I don't host anything. People don't come over, so I'm not in a rush.
Well, I'm looking forward to the stories of you falling off the ladder as you're trying to repair the ceiling yourself.
I'll wear a GoPro just so I can get all the footage.
Breaking your arm, destroying furniture.
I only break my arm when I try to open my garage.
Yeah. Well, good on you. We've got a conclusion
for now
to this story.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your patience. We're going to cut all that up, put it in a giant super cut. And look, it's weird when you have little sagas like that and you put it online. I still get tons of comments from that damn Zia video that we did
about her couch
6 years ago about having the fighting with what was the
Bob's Furniture or something
Bob's
like that?
Discount Furniture
Yeah.
over the couch being broken. To this day, there's still people that that find that video and comment on it. It's insane.
Wild.
Some of these things that are just so universal all the time. People are posting their own stories, either involving a furniture company or dealing with Bob's and what they did and how their things ended out. So I look forward to being in my 60s and still hearing people telling Jordan what he should or shouldn't have done involving his roof. It's how it goes. Well, I'm glad all that is good for you. For me, out here, I'm much like Spellcaster here. He's stuck in his driveway. It is a frozen tundra in an area that should not be out here. I don't think we've broken 30 degrees in over 2 weeks. It's been constant. Yeah, it's been constant deep freeze. I had to dig. I had to dig my garbage can out of the snow and ice because I guess it kind of melted a little bit and then reset right away. So I'm trying to pull the garbage can out like Sword in the Stone, and I had to go and get my sledgehammer to break the sheet of ice on top of the snow to get the thing out. And then I used the sledgehammer. I'm like, well, if it worked there, it's going to work on the driveway. So I went over and there's big patches of ice on my driveway, not because I didn't clear it properly. It's because for some reason, then I figured it out later, not some reason. I guess the heat of my house has been melting the roof. I have a multi-tier roof for the 3 levels of my house. You get the icicles hanging off of the gutters, and then they start melting because I have the heat cranked to a balmy 73 in here. And it's not even 73; it's 73. My house is like 100 years old, and I'm not kidding. It's an old house, and I have my heat at 73 to just try to keep it in the 60s. Because it's drafty, no matter what I did to the windows. Half the house doesn't have, I found during an exploratory thing, half the house doesn't have insulation. It's just sheetrock into brick. Well, it's going to now because I have construction starting at the end of the month, end of February for the second floor. So I already seen what they do. They're going to have the fucking cannon that looks like the slime machine from Ghostbusters.
I was going to say, your house is going to get up on feet and walk around.
Because I asked them, I'm like, if you're taking these walls out, right, and you still have the stuff, but down to the first floor, if it's open, can you fill the thing with, that whole side of the house? Can you fill it with insulation and stuff? Do you have to cut it and slide it down? And they said, no, they got this like foam kind of, I forgot what they said.
I've seen it where it's like you spray it on and then it expands.
It's like liquid fiberglass,
Yeah.
So it's just, you remember the days it was Pink Panther insulation?
Yeah. It's like you roll it out and then you get it on your skin. You're itching for 3 years because
now it just looks, it looks like the slime stuff my kid plays with, the gack. They just put it in the thing and they just shoot it into the sides of the beams, the studs, whatever, and down to there, up into the third floor. Like they're going to get everything, which is going to be fantastic. And they're actually going to insulate the pipes. The pipes are not insulated. I'm tired of being in the modern era and having to set my tap to drip because it's been consistently in the teens for the last 2 weeks, and I don't want my pipes to burst. So, where was I going with all of this?
No one knows. I'm just thinking about Sunday. My high is supposed to be about 80 degrees. And I'm like,
oh, I remember.
God, none of this sounds terrible. Like all of it just sounds horrible.
So rewinding it back, I'm outside. I have the sledgehammer. I'm trying to break these sheets of ice.
You mean Peter Gabriel?
Yes.
That's your hammer name?
Yeah. I went outside and look, you can have a big dipper going up and down all around the bend. You can have bumper cars bumping. This amusement never ends. And then you fall on the ice, which I'll get to in a second. So the ice is dripping in 3 crucial locations. Front part of the side of the house there, which is the walkway to get to the cars. Mm-hmm. So as it's dripping, it then refreezes. And now I have a big pond of ice on part of the driveway. The back part of the house, where you go from the driveway around the backside there's a big pond of ice. So that's dangerous. So I can't walk down the side of the house. I can't walk to the back of the house. And then the back door where I let the dog out to go to the bathroom is dripping onto the back steps. So now the steps are a sheet of ice. So nature's cruel joke here is like, so they want one of us to die, and it was almost me. So I'm out there sledgehammering the ice what I can. I got I had to upgrade. I was like, I'm not walking the dog outside anytime soon. I cleared enough of the way for the dog to go out. I went and bought that industrial salt melt that has flames on the bag that essentially will eat up the concrete because it's so potent. I'm like, this ice has to go. I jumped that on down there, and because the ice is like this thick, it won't just melt. So I'm out there. Yes, exactly. I was just getting to that, Andy. I'm out there like Triple H swinging the sledgehammer in order to win the belt. I'm breaking up huge chunks. I'm making progress a little bit each day. Pieces start to weaken up, and then I smash it all up. I'm scooping it up. At one point, I'm just going to walk down the side. I'm walking in the snow. I'm like holding on to the car like a kid who's never been out in the snow before, or like when people go ice skating and they shouldn't. They're holding the wall of the rink,
I've seen those, yeah.
So I'm doing that. I'm holding the doors, the handles of my car and everything. I'm like, this is okay. Whoop, boom. I slip and I fall. I'm expecting just to land like on my head and my back, whatever. I land in a weird twist where my forearm, right, lands flat on the ice. So it's not like smashing your elbow or your wrist. Lands flat on your, like this, like you're about to do a plank, right? But as it lands on the ice on the driveway, jettisons my shoulder right into my face like this. And I should not have just done that to demonstrate, because from
that probably didn't feel good.
The jaw doesn't hurt anymore, but from here down through my shoulder, through here, a little bit part of the back part of my neck here, still sore. And I am 3 days removed now. 2 days. About 2-3 days.
I was gonna say, you were telling me the story. Right? I think
it was Tuesday night.
Tuesday.
I told you.
Yeah.
My fingers were burning from the frostbite because I have the fingerless gloves. And if I'm not out there doing anything, I don't wear the regular gloves. I have my fingerless gloves. Should have had the regular gloves because my fingers were burning from the frostbite. All right. Drop the shoulder went right into my neck. Everything, like I said, is still sore now, but no bruising, thankfully. But it was but Tuesday night, I think when I was talking to you, my arm from here to my hands were numb. Like it was tingling, and then it was just kind of numb, like where I'm not feeling anything. And I'm thinking, I'm not one to run to the doctor or to the ER right away. So I was just like, all right, let's give it a night and see what it does. And because it still remained numb, I went and looked it up. I'm like, I hope I didn't have some nerve damage or something for this. So I've been popping like 2 Advil a day just to help alleviate the pain. But the next morning I had feeling back in my arm again. So I guess it was fine because I slept like a broken arm patient. I had my arm on the pillow like this, and get up, like I'm still sore. Like I said, days removed, but guess what happens each day? Oh, it melts a little more. I have to go back out there and try to smash the ice again and try to shovel to get all there. Because again, I got sidewalks that I'm legally responsible for. I had to dig out the, which you found weird. I don't think I said this on the show, but I had to dig out the fire hydrant because I'm legally responsible for that. Yeah, because if they show up and they can't get to the fire hydrant and they got to dig it out, I get a fine for it.
Why do you pay taxes if you're doing the work for the city? Come on now.
Yeah. I don't own the sidewalk. I don't own that patch of grass on the other side of the sidewalk to the curb, but I'm legally responsible to take care of it. So, yeah, so the arm is still kind of, it's sore. It's going to be a while because that was, brutal. It was like very blunt force, whatever, injury, if you will. But I don't have nerve damage, which was the biggest thing I was worried about. Because I'm like, if the next day, if I woke up the next day and my arm is still like either numb or I'm not feeling anything, I was going to have to go to the ER. And I don't want to do that. But luckily, that's not the case.
My shoulder doesn't hurt very much, but my face does. Yes. Right here, not here so much, but right here.
I know the line. What movie is that from?
It's Tommy Boy.
All right. Yeah, that's more of an obscure line for me, but that's so funny. I knew I recognized it from something.
It's a clip on.
I'm sorry. Did I hear a niner in there?
What do you want, a walkie-talkie?
That's a great movie. That's a movie I should go back and watch. I haven't watched that. When he's sitting there screaming into the fan before
Lulo, Lilo,
I am your father.
Luke.
Yeah, so the arm's fine. I'm tired of every time I got to go out there and do something. It's so bad. Like, I cleaned part of my driveway. I didn't clean the other part of the driveway because I thought I did a lot that one night. I was like, all right, I'll do the rest tomorrow. Then the ice hit. So it's a giant mountain of ice. I have enough room for 2 cars in my driveway, but because the mountain of ice and snow is there and it's impenetrable at this point, I have to back my car out, turn it around and back it backwards to the house just to get the kid in the car because her seat's on the opposite side because I can't open the car from that side. It's ridiculous ritual I got to do every morning to get her to school. I got to start the car up, let it warm up. I drive it out, back it up, get her in the car. Somebody else puts her in the car because I can't get out the fucking driver's side at that point. And then I taxi her to and fro school and her activities. But just walking around, it's so bitter cold and with the wind. I know there's plenty of areas in the country that are laughing about this. Well, and they should because they have experience for this, but also you need to move because you shouldn't have to live like this. The fact that I can just be outside for a little bit, I have my hat and everything, and I always forget I should wear a scarf or something. My face comes back like burnt red from the wind, from the freezing and all of that stuff. Yeah, you just sit there and I'm like, my face is burning for most of the night because I was outside too long. I had a water delivery, which I was not aware of.
Just ice. Just bring giant blocks of ice.
I go to pick up the big water because I got one of those water cooler things, right? I go to pick up the water. All of them. I'm like, you're gonna like this. They're just giant weapons at this point, right?
So I'm sitting there, I'm like, solid chunks of ice.
I got to carry them from the side because even the guy delivering it knew not to go in the back because he saw the big lake of ice there. He wasn't going to. He just left him on the side.
I'd hate to fall on that.
You know what I had to do?
Did.
I had to go old school video game and I Donkey Kong that shit back into the garage. So I sat there and I just started in my head. I'm like, I'm picking up and boom, I'm rolling the water jugs over the ice into the area of the garage there. And then
imagine guy coming over to deliver your water. The water's already solid as it is, but then he slips on the ice and now he gets to sue you because it's on your property.
Mm-hmm. Well, at that point, I'm stealing a truck and then heading it down to you. It's like, I'm going to try to cross the border by
just me and the Culligan truck. I'm out.
Yep. So, the weather sucks. It's terrible. I've gotten to the point finally in my life because I was always a winter person. I like it cold. I like it cold to sleep. I still enjoy that.
Me too.
But I am now officially at the point in my life, maybe it's an old man thing, that I am done with the winter. See, and I never thought I would be that person.
That's how I am here. Like, I always loved the summer because, when you're growing up, the summer meant no school. My birthday's in July. Like, I love the summer. And then the more I've spent here in Arizona, as long as I have been, I want summer to end. I want it to be done. I for the most part, because the weather's so nice around this time of the year, my front door is always open. My back window's always open. So the air flows through and I just sit there. And if I get cold, I put a blanket on, but I leave it open until I go to bed because I want to take advantage of the fact that I can do that, because the second it starts to get hot, the house stays sealed up and the air keeps running 24/7. And
yeah,
I'm so tired of the heat. And when I saw that it was going to be 80 degrees, I know I'm giving you a hard time that, my temperature is probably 70 degrees more than yours is going to be.
Right.
I hate that it's going to be 80 degrees.
It's
February.
Summer. I don't want to live where you are at during the summer because you've got alerts that shit catches on fire out by
Stay inside forever.
If you walk out just to get the garbage cans or the mail and you're wearing a cheap pair of flip-flops or whatever, they are now fused to your blacktop because it is so ungodly hot out there. Sure. I want nothing to do with your area. I'll deal with the heat and humidity in Florida than I will the dry magnifying glass heat that you get out in your desert areas.
Yeah, it's the worst.
No. I love this shit too. Intersect. By the way, also a new subscriber to the channel. Thank you very much, Sir Intersect. He's like, at least it's a dry heat, right?
I
get that
love when
shit all
people
the
say
time.
that because then I hate them because it's not a dry heat. It's a searing, dry, painful heat. And then you're sweating so much. Even while you're taking a shower, you're sweating. It's the grossest feeling. You're like, I should be getting clean, but also I'm sweating in a goddamn shower. This state sucks. I hate it.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with your winter. So, I mean, I'm fine with that. I'll stay here for now.
Spellcaster, O&A legend. Oh, a longtime O&A fan, are you? Also a subscriber. Look at that. Thank you, Spellcaster. That's very kind of you to join this. Oh, I was telling somebody about this. Who the hell was I telling that?
I don't know. You only talk to me.
No. I was telling that. No, it wasn't Brody. Who was I talking? I'll remember. I was talking to somebody about setting this up, and they're like, "Well, you're going to set up a fan base name, like you're going to have your own fan." I'm like, no, I'm not going to have an army, or what did Big O and Dukes have? The Horde.
The Horde.
At least it kind of made sense because a lot
of
it
into Gears of War and all.
Yeah,
that
they
stuff.
were all playing together, so it made sense. But we're not I play Sea of Thieves. We're not calling ourselves a guild. We're not going to be any of that kind of nonsense. But
no, we're going to do more content. We're going to call it the Nagelverse.
See, even that's dumb.
I know it's terrible. Anything with a verse, army, collective, any of that shit, it has to come naturally, and usually it's the fan base naming themselves. Like for Brian Johnson's show, Tell Him Steve Dave. Mm-hmm. They call them their group's called the Ants. I don't know the reason why, but they've just been always why
the Ants forever. It's something, I guess, the fan base came up, but that's how it should be. The fan base came up with it. At least I think that's the story. And that makes sense then. It's like, well, the fans are calling themselves that, then do that. But,
those little SOBs.
Yeah, all of that stuff. Like Taylor Swift's fans called themselves Swifties. She didn't name them that. She capitalized on it, which was brilliant, but she didn't come up with that. My friends, Le Seraphim, I like to call them my friends now.
Best friends.
What are their group called? The Fear Knots is the name of their.
That's weird.
They didn't name it. The band called. I mean, the fans of the band called them all of that. So, we shall not be naming the fan base, the people who are kind enough to subscribe or listen and watch the show in whatever form or whatever. We're not doing that to them. They want to call themselves something. Then we'll oblige by that, but we are not going through that process because it just seems so dumb, right? It's like Hulkamaniacs. It was in the 80s. It was a thing. Now you go, you're a Hulkamaniac? No, I just was a fan of Hulk Hogan growing up. I mean, look, if you're going to rip the shirt, I'll gladly call you a Hulkamaniac, but you get it, right? You get it. All right. Moving on. Thank you, Jeffrey. Very kind of you. All right. So the winter stuff that's been going on here, we've got a lot of other shit to get to, but I just wanted to talk about some of the stuff here. I spent an enormous amount of time, as we talked last week, about the exploding trees epidemic that the news kept talking about. Now, there is other terms for this, but it's like crackling, snap, something. It's where ice builds up and tree branches fall and cause trees. That is normal. Exploding trees due to severe weather is not a thing. I don't know who came up with that. They keep coming up with new ways for the weather to trend for some reason because everybody was looking for exploding trees. And you know what you found? Tons of Sora videos that people thought were real, not realizing Sora is an AI app. Mm-hmm. A couple of other videos that were obvious that people were putting explosives into trees at a distance.
You saw the one where the guy was cutting wood, right?
I have it. Well, I deleted it, but I have it. Because I'm like, should I bring this up to show that's like it's obvious because he's wearing the fucking hunt.
That's why I was mad when I saw it. He was wearing ear protection,
soundproof. Yeah, the soundproof headphones for when you're at a shooting range.
Nobody is wearing that kind of protection to cut wood, and he's sitting there, he's filming himself, he's doing it, he does his own thing, and then he steps off to the side. He kind of does this thing, and then you see it, and you off in the back, you hear it, and it explodes, and he goes, "Oh my god, let's go check it out." And I'm sitting there going, is the most staged tree explosion video I've ever seen. Like,
yeah,
you wouldn't be wearing the hearing protection. Like, there's too many red flags on this. And I'm just like, oh, this is what we're doing. This is the route we're going to take.
Well, there were some other videos too, where they're like, I can't, it's like these exploding trees. And you're seeing them like they're like taping it from their front door and then something, but you see a flash right where like the arm of the tree meets the trunk of the tree, and like that. It's like, yeah, they're doing that on purpose because somebody in the news made up the fact that exploding trees was a thing, and it's not. So I had a lot of people. Look, I know we asked you, is like, if you have this happening in your area, send me exploding trees picture. Well, pictures can be staged, but videos, whatever. A lot of people were sending me those AI videos that were going all over the place. I have some friends down in Nashville who were showing me some photos. They didn't have videos of their properties and stuff where it was actually happening, not exploding, but the trees buckling from the ice and just shattering all over the place. And my one friend down there, Brian, goes, and he's like, you should look for some of the news clips around here. He's like, they've been doing a good job. It looks like a disaster. And it's like, it looks like the trees exploded, but that's not what happened. And I said, oh, that's a great idea. So I did go look around, and he was right. So we have some of that footage I'm going to show you in just a moment. But leading up to the storm, there were some people who were having fun with it, where they're talking about the milk and the eggs and the bread. And look, I went to a couple stores near me on Friday, and yeah, they were out of a lot of stuff. I even had to get, because for my kids' room, I have a humidifier, so we use the distilled water for that. And I went to go get the distilled water, and it's all sold out. I go, who needs this much distilled water? So I'm talking to some people. I'm like, I went in there. I'm like, 3 different stores, all the distilled water's gone in. So I didn't realize people use it for humidifier. I know we did there, but everyone had humidifiers. People use it for that nose thing. It's I forget what it's called, but if you have like sinus
nettle pot,
it's something like that, but it's an automated thing. They use distilled water in that. People with sleeping apparatuses like the CPAP stuff use distilled water. Like I went online and I was like, oh my God, there's used distilled water for a lot of different things. So, okay, that's why they were all gone. Everybody was freaking out about that. But yeah, like the milk's gone, all that stuff. My problem with that, and I posted on social media, I put a graphic up there. It's like, you can go back, I think it was in the late 70s. The news started making this a thing to go out there and stock up on bread, milk, eggs, because it just seemed like everyday products. Somebody wrote the copy, and that took off, and everyone still believes it to this day. That you still need to go out there, bread, milk, eggs, whatever.
We were talking, and Gittles even brought up that, he works at a butcher shop. He's got his butcher shop down in New York, and they were running out of everything. Everyone was in there buying everything up, and then not even getting more because no one was coming.
That's practical food, though, for what he has, so that you don't have to cook or whatever. It's all right, maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, raw meat, not so much. Like, you have to put some prep into that.
Yeah, but the point being that this thing comes up all the time when there's a snowstorm. People are always making jokes and goofing. Oh, get your bread, your milk. That is as hack as the fact that this trend has been going on for 40 something years. When you sit there and you start goofing on the fact that that's boring as shit too. So that needs to stop as well. Stop buying bread, milk, and eggs and butter or whatever the fucking thing is. But also stop being the ones online commenting the same shit every time there's a snowstorm. That's terrible. It's not amusing. It's annoying, and you deserve to be mocked openly as much as the people saying I stocked up. I saw somebody. What did it come up? I forgot what the term was, but it came up in there about the storm. Oh, that I was looking up the storm name because the weather. We talked about this a long time ago. Weather Channel started naming winter storms, and people are buying into it. It's not like hurricanes. which you shouldn't be naming anyway, but it's not like hurricane. They're naming winter storm. It was called hurricane. No, not hurricane.
It's Fern.
Fern. Snowstorm Fern. And you go, this is dumb. I was looking under the Fern trending topic on X, and somebody was posting a photo of they stocked up on all this stuff before and kind of mocking the people who didn't get out there early enough and saying it's like you got to prep for these things. And everyone's like, I could get back into the store in 2 days. Yeah, you can. When stuff like this comes up, just be lazy at home. You've got stuff in your house. It's not like the old frontier days where, oh my God, my cabin's in the middle of the woods. If this snowstorm comes in, they may not find us for weeks. It's not like that. You've got a day or two. Everywhere's pretty good about clearing the streets publicly. Neighbors help out. They clean sidewalks and drive. If you're digging out your driveway and they have a blower, they'll come over and they'll do the tail end of your driveway so your car can get out. It's not that crucial anymore. Stop with the hysteria of running out to buy everything. Stop mocking the people going out there to buy them because you're not even doing the insults good. And then stop posting this. I can't believe this is the third stage of it. Stop posting photos that look, I got all of my stuff here while all these other people are out there scrambling around. That's not the brag you think it is either. You're a dick. You're all dicks for all those reasons. Stop that. Now, you brought up Giddles because here he is. You've talked about his business. We ran out of meat, had to close the store because there was an influx at his butcher shops where people came in and bought everything or almost everything. That's great for him. In his case, let those people panic and do that because he's making bank off of selling his goods because people are being like this. So if you're in the stores, if you have a bodega, a small shop, things like what Giddles is doing, where I don't even say like his is more of a his is a skill essentially. Mm-hmm. Being a butcher is a skill. Like that is something useful that will never be removed from society because you need to know how to do that stuff. Good on him. Giddles is saying we made more money than we did on Christmas because of the storm. Well, I don't know what there's another storm coming on Sunday. They're still saying we're not sure if it's hitting here or not, but I'm sure stock up again, Giddles, because you might get round 2 of all of this stuff, right? Yes, Noodles, making bank by selling his meat. That might be the show title, actually.
Come check out Giddles' OnlyFlanks account where he talks about meat.
Selling my meat. Good job. Good job indeed. Bomb cyclone chip coming your way. Oh my God. If they Norton doesn't do the chip shit anymore, but you know, if Hurricane Chip was coming, that'd be just weeks of material that he would just drive everyone nuts with. I'm sure he would. If that happened, he would bring out he would bring out Chip. He might. Anyway, all right. So back to the storm stuff here. So yeah, a lot of shit was going on. The exploding trees. I've been looking for stuff like that. People were putting out some fun videos. The news accidentally putting out some fun videos about what's going on here. First video I want to show you is this. Here in the Northeast, they were already prepping the streets since Thursday morning. The storm didn't hit till early Sunday morning. Saturday night, Sunday, yeah. But they were worried about ice and freezing and everything, so they were already brining the streets essentially. Check this out.
To get ice and freezing rain on Saturday, so they've already salted the roads on Thursday. A 2-day brine, dude. These roads are going to be juicy as hell.
I was just thinking that. I was like, it sounds like you and your turkey every year.
Yeah. So I was laughing at that. As the storm was coming down, this one local newscast was asking people, because they all have local apps or a way to reach them. It's like, hey, let us know the conditions in your area. She apparently said, please send us your measurements. on her newscast. And then I guess later that day she had to course correct. So check this out.
Seen so far. Now, some of this is radar estimates, and then just your reports that you've been sending in. Keep those coming. I made the mistake on Facebook. I asked for your measurements. I meant your snow measurements. Thank you for everybody sending in your measurements, but I do prefer how much snow you have on the ground. 3 to 6 inches through the metro to the south.
All right. So I went to the Facebook page to try to find the comments, and they removed the post.
They probably got to it
But if you look on Reddit, they had screenshots of some of the things there, and they're just describing the look, what the length, depending on the stage of arousal that they're in. Women were sending tit sizes in. Like everybody was in on this when she's like, send us your measurements. Everybody went to town.
I also saw some of the fun bits. I think I saw it on I think it was like Twitter or something like that, where like you would see someone out with a measuring tape out in the snow and it showed like 3 inches. And the guy goes, God, that looks like 8 inches. I'm like, I get it. You over exaggerate sizes. Got it. But yeah, a lot of people were doing that little bit. I'm like, okay, that was funny. And now it's not as funny, but everyone's doing it.
I'll show you a couple other things here before we get into the serious parts of this. Some people were having fun. Some people were stupid.
I didn't even know what I said.
Fucking home run. Do you want to see something fun or something stupid?
I mean, they're both equally the same. So do something fun.
Okay, like something fun. While the storm was happening, these guys discovered how to have fun in the snow. And I'll just say this. Apparently, they figured out that fire makes it good.
Ooh.
Take a look.
You want to build a snowman?
Oh, that's music. They put gasoline or something on the snowballs, and they're playing hot potato with fireballs, throwing them at each other, lighting their jackets on fire, their gloves on fire.
That's fantastic. That's the kind of dumb shit I used to do.
Look at this. And at one point, they're just dousing the snow below them, not even putting it into the snowball. They're just scooping it up and then throwing it on the back of people's jackets, their hoodies, as they go running on fire, like falling into the snow, trying to put it out.
That sounds so fun. When I was living in Kansas, one of the winters I had a buddy of mine that saved all his Roman candles from like 4th of July. Mm-hmm. So then we would like have Roman candle fights at each other. So you'd just sit there and just shoot them at each other. And then when you got hit, you would just drop into the snow. Oh, I miss doing stupid shit like that.
Wow. In the winter, you were doing the Roman candles.
Yeah. He would like stockpile them from like, because when I was living in Kansas, you couldn't get some things. So you'd have to go across the border over to Missouri to get like the bottle rockets and the Roman candles, things like that would fire off. And then you would just save a bunch of them until winter. And then once the snow was down, you go out there and you shoot them at each other. You're already like bundled up and trying not to be. And then, you get something on you and you start burning. You just dropped in the snow like these guys were doing.
This lady didn't know that your snowblower is only meant for doing concrete. Ooh. She thought it was an all-purpose kind of utility to clean everything else off. Look what she did here. Look at this. Well, she has the snowblower on the hood of her car.
Oh, no.
Going up her windshield.
What that is stupidity. Oh, no way.
Yeah. And lo and behold, it turns out the way you think it does. She shattered her entire windshield.
I would think the weight alone of the snowblower would have caused probably cracking.
It probably did.
Wow, that is stupid.
Now, what I did have, and I had it on my list and I forgot to pull it, but there was a video going around or actually there was a couple, but it was one really good one where people were boiling giant pots of hot water and then using it on their car to try to get because again, in a lot of areas you had a ton of snow and then we had that ice layer that happened. So they're trying to melt the ice off the car, thinking that they're not going to scrape the car, dump these giant vats, if you will, at this point of hot water on there. And they're like, they're looking at this like, see, it's all melting away. And then you just see, poof, and it looks like, I'll give a wrestling analogy. When Stone Cold filled Vince McMahon's Corvette full of cement with the cement mixer, and you just saw it filling up in the side and then the windows burst out.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like when they dumped the water in there, that the windshield just gave in and all the ice and snow went into the car.
Yeah.
I thought I had that video, but I don't. But
I was hearing reports of people, you're sitting in your car and you've got, you're heating the car up, getting the engine warm. People were putting on the defrost, and the defroster was even doing that, where it was getting so hot on the inside of the car, and then the windshield would just crack. And I'm like, isn't that the function of the defrost?
I saw some of those too. I wasn't buying that. Unless it was
I didn't see
a certain
video.
amount of snow that was like so heavy on the windshield, then
yeah.
But here's what I looked up when I was trying to, because it didn't seem like this was the case, but there were a couple of videos. From what I read on a mechanics thing on Reddit, that they either had a crack in their windshield from like a pebble that they never fixed or were unaware of, or the sealant was loose, compromised somewhere around the windshield. That's what causes it to crack, not the actual heat itself from the defroster.
That makes sense.
Don't just break like that.
When I was working at a car dealership, when someone would come in with like a crack in their windshield and be like, look, you sold the car this way, we got to fix this. A lot of the times insurance will be like, okay, we're just going to fill it. They do the little fill and then that's it. And they repair it. We would always be like, okay, it's middle of summer. It's 110 degrees outside. We'd go inside, we'd get a bunch of ice, rub it on there, and we'd spread the crack out. And then that way we can get the whole windshield repaired.
Well, there's another show title, Spread the Crack Out.
Spread the crack out. Wearing my Kraken jersey. Yeah, we used to do that a lot.
A lot of crack spreading out there, I guess. All right. Intersex and I do auto glass for a living. Yeah, out here they don't do the patching of it anymore because there's a company, I don't know if they're national, but it's called Safeline out here.
Safe Light. And they do, it's out there too.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light
Replace.
Yeah, so a lot of the times it's just cheaper to use them.
Cut that out. I don't want to advertise for them.
And to use them, and I had to use them once. And insurance just said, all right, send us the bill and for them. And I think it was only like $80 to replace the windshield.
Yeah.
And I sent it right to insurance and they honored it. Like it was easier for that to happen than taking it to a dealership, which would have cost more because it's a dealership or repairing, whatever it is that they do, the snow, the glass melting, the patching, all of that shit for the windshield. Just call them. They pop it out. They put the new one in. It's done, and insurance covers it.
Yeah,
so much.
Yeah, I've used them before too. The only problem with them was the last time they did it. I have my mirror on the inside, and then they didn't seal the plastic piece. So like my car vibrates, and you can hear it rattling, and I have to hit it. So I got to fix that. And then they didn't seal one part, so you can kind of hear wind coming in. I'm like,
oh no,
I know. It doesn't leak in. There's no issues, but you can kind of hear it. Next time I do it, I'm going to make sure they get that done. It's not so much an issue where I have to get it. I don't drive that often.
Yeah.
I work from home and I do stuff here. So
let me show you some of the things that were happening around here in the New York City area. This was an accident where the car spun around, almost flipped over backwards over the side of a high-rise highway. Take a look at this. They got the people out, but it's just hanging there over the ledge. They didn't even bother to bring it back down over the ledge. They just left it there.
Oh, that would freak me out.
Yeah, that's nuts. The ice is so bad that...
How bad is it?
It was locking cars in place. Now, in the city areas, they do what they call, they'll suspend alternate side of the street parking, which means that you got to... Alternate side of the street parking means you got to move your car on the days that there's street cleaning or garbage pickup, right? So if you can park on one side of the street, the alternate day, you have to move it to the other side. Your car can get towed, you get tickets, whatever. They suspend it during the winter because they know people aren't going to be able to get their cars out of there or somewhere else in time because there's a storm coming. Well, a lot of people didn't give a shit. And they not only did we get so much snow, by us, we got 16 inches of snow plus like an inch or so of ice on top of that. You have that plus the plowing and everything builds giant, 5-6 foot piles of snow. Your car's entombed there, especially with the ice on top of it. It's not going anywhere. But you have cars that were under fixtures, they were under crosswalks, under bridges, where water was running down through them. Look at this one here.
Yo, this has to be the craziest thing I've ever seen in New York. Yo, that is insane.
Now the pipe burst there under this over whatever. I don't know if that's the trains or if it's the cars over that. But the pipe burst, the water comes down. It is just solid ice that this delivery van is not going anywhere. It's oh, that's from the subways. Yeah, look at that. It's insane. So people just leave their cars there like, oh, I'll ride out the snow, and then they're forever fucked with all of that. I mentioned Nashville being a problem with all this, and a friend of mine said look for the local news coverage and stuff. I found some news coverage, and I also found some personal videos of people posting about how bad it was in Nashville with the trees snapping coming down. Look at this. Everyone stop putting fucking music on their shit. Look at this here. They're just driving through Nashville here.
God. Looks like the trees are melting into the ground.
Yeah. They all just snapped, fell over.
I feel you, tree.
They're all like Eeyore. It's like, I might as well.
Okay.
All right. Here's another one.
Oh my gosh! I've never seen anything like this. Trees just falling everywhere. You can just hear it. It's just crack, crack, crack. They're falling now on the neighbors' cars. Oh my God!
Yeah, all your properties, your cars, your fences, the power lines, trees are just falling all over the place.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy, but like her reaction is over the top.
Yeah,
oh God!
She's filming it for social media, so
She's
of course
clutching her pearls.
Yeah, here's another one.
Some of the areas of our neighborhood, it looks like a tornado went through, but this is what ice does to a tree. It just weighs it down so much that it just cracks, or the sap inside.
You know what? Maybe put the music back on.
It just explodes.
Yeah, I'd rather hear cold as ice versus
normally we have
commentary.
pretty green trees, but not this year.
Yeah,
Wait, she says usually we have pretty green trees,
but not this year.
Like, I don't think you have green trees in the winter at any time of the year.
No, but they're in that weird area where they're like kind of the south. But that doesn't really matter anymore because the climate patterns changed.
Right.
When you have the city of Atlanta and the state of Georgia declaring state of emergency for ice and snow removal because they're not used to it. They have nothing to brine the streets. They have nothing to clear this stuff out. They don't have salt trucks. They don't have proper power teams in place to help fix lines when it all goes down. So the South was really fucked on a lot of this stuff.
I was going to say, usually when these big weather things happen, you hear a lot of, because we were talking about it last time where it's like, we got to track to see how many people, died and like what happened. I didn't hear a lot of that. Like I saw some videos where cars were sliding, you see a couple accidents here and there. I clearly didn't see enough like what you've seen, but I just haven't heard a lot of damage from this storm like we thought it was going to be. Like I feel like they overhyped it for the most part.
Well, they did and they didn't. Like they overhyped well, one, the exploding trees.
Yeah.
That was definitely an issue. The other thing is that they were saying, oh, you might get these totals, you might get those totals. And then you did get all that stuff. And they're like, oh, yeah, it's really bad in Montana. Up in Michigan and Wisconsin, it's negative 45. Moving on to things going on more pressing than the majority of the country being under a blanket of ice. I do want to show
Whoa, political. Let's move on.
I know. I mean, literally and figuratively. This is something I wanted to show you because when I watched this video, it brought me back to the days of the pandemic to see something at such a grandiose scale be completely deserted.
Or what we like to call the good old days.
Yes, when you could drive whatever speed you wanted on the highway and nobody was there to interrupt you. This is an airport in Washington, D.C. that was completely empty because they had canceled the flights the day before the storm hit. And there was something along the line of like 35,000 flights that were canceled because of this storm. Meanwhile, I have friends on the West Coast. They're like, no problem here. I just flew up to San Francisco. Like, so you see the flight maps up and down the West Coast going like normal, going past the mountains, nothing. Everything's all fucked up because every airport was closed. Look at this one. This is in Washington, D.C.
Is Washington Reagan National Airport. Normally on a Sunday, you'd have a lot of traffic dropping people off. Getting inside, Sunday's a busy day to travel. Not today. Walk with me into the airport. Not only is it a ghost town outside, but inside, you could almost roll a bowling ball down this main concourse.
You should have.
And have virtually no
I just happen to bring one with me.
Anyone. Now, let's look at the departure board here. It is pretty remarkable. I don't know that I have ever seen this. Every flight canceled.
Jeez, look at all that canceled.
This airport is essentially out of business today because of this storm. And the airlines thought ahead. They moved the airplanes out of here. The only thing going on outside on the runway is snow removal.
Where did they move the airplanes to? It's not like when
in the barn.
It's not like when people move their cars, to a multi-tier parking garage, like to get it out of the snow or something like that. Or down south, you'd park your car there in the case of a hurricane, so you wouldn't get flooding and damage and what have you. Where do they park planes? And it's not like parking one plane in a hangar. You've got Dallas. I mean, was it Reagan National Airport? Probably has a few hundred planes at any given time at that airport. Where are you putting all of these things? We sent them up into the sky. They're just circling around waiting till the storm's done. Like they do with the cruise ships.
Staying above the weather.
Yeah. Like, you know what they do with the cruise ships during like hurricanes and stuff?
They just sail them out.
Yeah, they sail them out like a day before the storm. They sail them out and they just, they anchor out somewhere where the storm's not going to be. And then when it's all clear, they come right back in. What do you do with the airplanes? Where are these things going?
That's a good question.
The airport hoping to use today clearly to clear a path so that when the storm passes, they can get back in business quickly. Because what they don't want is days and days of this. Canceled. Right now, if you want to fly out of Washington, you're pretty much out of luck.
Yeah, well, we knew that. But the point being is that just seeing it empty and the plane's gone. This is like the Langoliers. They're already ahead of time. We're stuck in the past before metallic Pac-Man show up and eat us all.
Oh, Barky Batokmus. You'll see.
Down Nola. Hello from Montana. Hello. I'm surprised you're alive with how terrible the winters are in Montana. It's beautiful during the summer. But during the winter, it's just it's ungodly. Ungodly indeed. Chip Chipperson flying overhead like in Die Hard 2. Okay.
I like Die Hard 2.
I don't remember much of Die Hard 2. I remember 1, obviously, and then 3.
I love 3. 3's my favorite.
Yeah. I don't remember much of 2. I probably have to go back and do that. Tom's saying they get parked out of the way for snow removal, usually a little used in aprons and runways. But you're still in the same area as the store. Oh, so they just move it to a different part of the airport while it's snowing so they can clear the... I don't know. I want to know, but I don't want to do the work to find out the answer for that.
Right.
So
if only there was some kind of interweb.
Is what it is. So yes, troublesome all around. We were in for a deep freeze because I just saw the report. All next week, we're still nowhere near 30. So this shit is not going away anytime soon. I don't know what the storm's doing on Sunday for the East Coast. And then they're estimating another snowstorm for next Friday. I don't know what it's hitting. I don't know where it's coming from. I just saw that on the map today here in New York. I was like, oh, lovely. This is going to be fun to live through. But yeah, I am at the point now where I'm done with winter, not just, for this year, but in general. I've hit that point in my life where I want to move to warmer climates and not have to deal with the snow anymore. I never thought I would be that person ever. I used to mock those people. I'm like, oh, you can tough it out. The winter's great. It's not anymore. It's not fun. It's not fun. I don't want to be part of it.
You're going to be wintering in Scottsdale before you know it.
Nope. I'm not going to the fucking devil's anus either of scorched earth out there. I will take my chances in more
pronounce it Mesa.
Tropical locales. All right.
Yeah, but see, everything's shifting. You're not going to get that much tropical anymore. It's all going to be under snow.
Come on. Let's move on. Let's get angry at people. All right?
Oh, I like that. Let's do it.
I have a clip here of a Twitch streamer who just got banned, and rightfully so, for abusing her dog live on stream. Now, her being banned is not enough. She needs to be corrected in real life. I don't know to what extent. I'm trying to tiptoe around terms of service here, but this person needs to be corrected in a big, big way. Look at this story here.
Social media until February 1st, so...
I don't know who this streamer is. Aspin Kartier? I guess that's how you pronounce it.
Kartier?
Was banned on Twitch following an on-stream dog incident. Just like the news is saying here, we're going to warn you that it is very dispiriting what is happening.
I ran across an online dog incident once. It was not quite as weird.
Musician and streamer Aspin Kartier has been banned on
Kartier. There we go.
Twitch following this incident involving her dog. Trigger warning before I play the rest of the video because it is very upsetting. And it goes on for a while, so we did trim the video.
Oh, yeah, no, nope.
Yeah. Cave her head in.
No. Nope. Mm-mm. That's, I mean, I'm like legitimately upset at her
for
right
comment. Now. So far, no word back.
Yeah, of course she's not going to back. Yeah, she needs to be corrected immediately.
Animals and kids. Like, I'll watch car accidents. I've been watching all kinds of things with other people getting hurt. I like watching that stuff. Good on you guys. The sound that dog made, like, made me ball up my fists. Like, that is disturbing. Oh, fuck her.
Yeah, I can't stand people like this at all. I'm with you. Dogs, even I know people say whatever about cats, but the same thing with cats.
Just animals. Like
animals.
I don't like cats, but like the last thing I want to do is hear.
I stand firmly against capybara abuse. I'm going to put that out there right now.
Those giant rodents are just lovable.
Right. They're almost like miniature ponies for children.
Oh God, I don't like that sound.
No, not at all. I don't know who this person is. If stations are playing her music, fucking drop her immediately. If they're streaming on platforms, drop her immediately. No platform should ever let this person back on again.
But what triggered that? Like, you didn't hear the dog barking. You didn't hear anything else.
She's a dumb bitch.
No, I trust me. I get that.
And I'm keeping it clean. The dog got out of the cage, and she just starts walloping it.
Let's see. Incident occurred on one of her streams on the 28th. So like this was like yesterday.
Mm-hmm. She needs to be taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Jesus Christ! Like, that sound. Like, I just wanted to, like, as soon as we're off, I'm gonna go down and hug my dog. Like, be like, I'm sorry. There's other people that are just dicks. Like,
right.
And then I'm gonna kick her out the door.
I want to get mad at somebody else too.
Please.
I once again want to get mad at John Leguizamo.
Oh, why are you messing with Luigi?
No, fuck him. I've never liked him. He's an asshole.
Your favorite movie's The Pest. How are you even gonna talk like that?
Not at all. Are you a big House of Buggin' fan? Are you? No, I think we had him on the show.
He wasn't one of my favorite parts of John Wick. That was,
I don't care. The guy's an asshole. And the reason why I don't like him is because he was the face of that campaign they did here in the Northeast, forcing you into legalized racketeering with Easy Pass. If you're not familiar with what Easy Pass is this thing. It's the little thing you hang on your windshield so you can drive through the toll booths. You pay in advance, right?
Right.
Well, he was the face of it, where they were gotten to the point where they're saying like they were no longer going to allow cash toll booths anymore. So the whole Northeast was getting rid of the cash toll booths, and they said you need to have you have to get Easy Pass, because outside of that, you drive through, you get a ticket, and then it's like $50 fine on top of it because you don't have Easy Pass. So they're forcing you to use this one particular device to pay for your tolls. Now, Easy Pass goes all the way down to Florida. Like they bought up other regional pass systems. Down in Florida, it used to be called Sun Pass. Now it's Easy Pass. So you can essentially drive I-95 north and south, and it's all Easy Pass tolls. But he was the whole thing, and now I know he was acting. It's a paid commercial, but he was very convincing that you were fucked and you need to do this or you're going to get in a lot of trouble. So I really resented that. The other thing is that he had this video where he's being outspoken about the current situation with ICE, right?
Right.
And however you feel about that is how you feel. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying like the ending part of this video is where a lot of celebrities don't realize that you think you're doing the right thing, but it turns a lot of people off, and then it fucks with you professionally. And then they don't understand why their careers are in the toilet, or why they can't get endorsement deals, or they can't get a lot of this other shit because you isolate a certain demographic based on your politics, right? There was an old thing back in the day with Michael Jordan. If you don't know who Michael Jordan is, you're under a certain age, but he was probably the greatest basketball player to ever live.
Mm-hmm.
They talked to him somewhere, I think it was in the 90s, something about something to do in the news, something political, and said, how come you never, talk about your politics? And Michael Jordan says, because both Democrats and Republicans buy sneakers. Right? You're in a business. You're in there to make money. You have endorsement deals. That's the way you should handle it. Nowadays, everyone screams at other celebrities. Why aren't you using your celebrity to speak out? Why aren't you telling people how to think? Why aren't you doing whatever? There are a lot of celebrities who use their platform and their power, and they are doing the right thing. They're speaking out, or they're drawing attention to a situation or a charity, trying to do something good with the platform that they have. There's others that come out there and they might be thinking they're doing the right thing, but the way they present it is talking down to you, telling people you're stupid because you believe this or whatever. And that shuts off a majority of the country or the world even. We saw how it went during COVID. Remember those videos that came out where they did the Imagine video where they were all singing? And what was the other one when Black Lives Matter was a thing? was a big thing when they're like, no, it wasn't I apologize. I
can't breathe.
No, it had Aaron Paul in it. Remember?
I think they were apologizing.
Yeah, it was
just like saying like,
video,
I'm
right?
sorry. Yeah.
I'm complacent. I'm like, no, you're not. You didn't cause this shit, right? That's the point I get pissed off with. It's like, say what you wanted. Look, Mark Ruffalo, I'm not the biggest fan at all, but he's very outspoken with all that shit.
Very, very outspoken.
I do have problems where, some of the things like he's fighting for, talking about, okay. But at the end of it, when he starts telling everybody you're wrong if you don't believe this, that's the point. You're a celebrity. You can't cross that line. Speak what you want. Say what you want. You have free speech. There are repercussions. We've seen it all the time. But when you start telling the audience and your entire career is based on people paying their money to come see you, that if you don't like, what's her name did it the other day too. Call Her Daddy.
Alex Cooper. Alex Cooper.
She was, of all the shit you could be going off about right now, she went off half cocked about the fact that there's not a woman president. Like, that's not the argument. That's not the issue everyone's concerned with at the immediate moment. There are bigger issues happening in this country that people are talking and dealing with right now. And she said, we're in 2026 and we don't have a female president. And when that, it's like, how is this allowed? How is it? Okay, but we're not talking about that. It's not the national tone for things. And then you start going after other places in the world. You look stupid and you're going to isolate a lot of your audience. I know she's very feminist and whatever with her podcast, but I'm sure there's a lot of other women who don't fully think that way, that enjoy her show, that may not enjoy it anymore because she went off on a video like that, because she ended it like this. If you don't agree with me, I don't want you on my page. I don't want you listening anymore. Get out of here. Okay. We've seen how that goes. Look what happened to Doctor Who. They started their new run with that doctor saying that shit. The show's not for you. If you feel this way, don't watch, leave. This isn't, you don't belong here anymore. And what happened? The show flopped. It did poorly. They did it with Star Trek. And what happened with The Acolyte? It bombed horribly. Star Wars. Sorry.
You just hurt me a little bit.
Star Wars. Sorry. Star Wars. I was getting to Star Trek, Starfleet Academy. My brain went.
I know.
Star Trek. They did the same thing here. And what's happening? It bombed.
No one's talking about it.
No one's talking about it.
Like second weekend that everyone stopped talking about the show.
It's not even showing up on the rating system for the streaming.
Yeah.
Because people, after that third episode, people are like, fuck this, fuck all you people. They don't do it anymore. Point being, to round this out, to get back to John Leguizamo, you can say what you want. If you want to be heavily political and protest whatever, okay, that's what you can do. That's what the great thing about this country. But when you start telling people that they're wrong, don't ever watch my stuff again, whatever, that's where you become an asshole. You shot yourself in the foot on that. If you want to die for your beliefs like that, you want to end your career for that, okay, that's up to you. But you got to stop doing that. Let people say, I don't like him because of his politics, whatever. But he didn't tell you to not come see his movies. He didn't tell you to stop buying his clothing line or, going to their restaurants or whatever it is. When you do that and you dictate to people, and it can happen on the other side too. There's plenty of conservatives out there when they're telling you, get out of this fucking country. Don't do that. And then it costs them their job. It costs them their livelihood, their endorsements, all of that shit. Get up to that point and then stop. Don't cross that line of telling people how to spend their money and how to live their lives, because it never works out. And that brings me here to this John Leguizamo thing involving the current situation involving ICE. Look at this.
If you follow ICE, unfollow me. Don't come to my shows and don't watch my movies. If you follow ICE.
Yeah. Oh, does it still go?
Unfollow me.
Oh, it's just repeating. Okay. That shit. Speak out on the incident. Speak out on the situation. Speak out on the law. Speak out on the defunding. Whatever. But when you get to the point that you say, don't come and don't buy my books. Don't buy my music. Don't come to my movies. Don't go to whatever. You lost the audience despite you think you're trying to say something right or do something good. It's just the way it works. Should it? Probably not. But we've seen time and time again when a celebrity does this, it costs them bigly. I hate that.
Do you think he's at a point now in his career where like he can take that loss because he's not really starring in the big blockbuster movies? He's not doing all these things. Like, who cares? He can do that because the people who like him are still going to go, and that's it. You know, so I think he's a little more bulletproof that way. I think Mark Ruffalo's in the same boat. He's not
bulletproof. I'll tell you why. The Super Mario Brothers movie, when that came out, he shit talked that movie.
Yeah,
because he wasn't. What was he saying about representation? Wasn't balanced or accurate or something like that in there.
Nothing.
He's an Hispanic guy. Huh?
There was nothing accurate about that movie, John.
No, he was. And when he played the live action movie, he was an Hispanic guy pretending to be Italian. Okay. When he shit all over the Super Mario Brothers movie, because it was just because they didn't invite him to come back to be a part of it. They didn't invite Bob Hoskins. Oh, well, he's dead.
Well,
yes,
he's dead.
But that would have been great if they did bring Bob Hoskins back for the Mario Brothers movie.
Be like, yeah, we use archival footage and got Bob Hoskins. We even used stuff from old stuff from Roger Rabbit just because it fit.
Yeah, right. Intersect. There's not enough Latinos in the Mario Brothers movie.
You know that Japanese Italian plumber movie?
Yeah.
I'll watch that tonight.
Our pal Chris, Subdivision's there. Sup, boys? Leguizamo's dead to me. He has been for a while. He's a great star, played movies so well. As soon as he went batshit left, no more. Look, Hollywood, you expect their politics to be that way. My biggest problem is when they go that extra mile and telling you how to live, what to do with your money. It's not like saying call your representatives and speak with your pocketbooks. Don't shop at these. There's that thing for Friday.
This Friday, tomorrow, as we're doing the show.
What is it called? The National what? Oh, wait, I have it here. Hold on.
It's like a blackout.
I have it here somewhere. I bookmarked it so I wouldn't forget. Nationwide shutdown, January 30th. It's to protest ICE and how everything's been handled. They are telling people not to go to work, not to go to school, and not go shopping.
I've got many emails from my daughter's school saying, yeah, we can't support this. You might get in trouble for not being here for attendance policies. Make sure you educate your kids on the repercussions of this.
Absolutely. Like, okay. You can't interfere with the everyday life of certain things in this country and with people. Because
but isn't that okay? But see, okay, on the opposite though, isn't that the point? If you're going to have a group of people coming in and or whatever your politics are coming in and taking people who are literally working to keep restaurants, other businesses open, you're taking those people and deporting them, getting them out of there and shutting down those businesses. Why wouldn't the masses do the same for every business, every school, every function?
I agree.
I understand the reason for it.
Well, the reason for the shop, it's like no shopping. It's not just shopping. They're saying don't shop anywhere.
Yeah. Take a day.
What led up to this, and I didn't know this until I saw it on the news, was that the people were talking about Amazon, Walmart, Target, Best Buy, Home Depot was on the list. Mm-hmm. A couple of things like do not shop at these places, do not support them because they support ICE, or it's like I don't know how they support ICE. I didn't see how their connections are to it. I already know people are pissed at Target because they moved the gay clothing to the back side of the store instead of being up front when you walk in. I know that was a huge ordeal. And then something to do with eliminating their DEI hiring practices. Or
they do that. They've donated to other functionality of ICE.
Is that what it is? Is that the connection? Their donations?
Some of it is donation based. Other things are things like they're using their camera system in the parking lots to identify license plates, to help ICE identify who they're going after and setting up stings. That's a big one for at least Home Depot and things like that, where you get a lot of the migrant community waiting around for people to pick them up for those jobs, construction jobs and things like that. And that's what they're doing. And, you know, without getting super political about it, that's my issue with most of this stuff is that you're not targeting criminals. I mean, you are, but in a minor sense, you're not going after the murderers, the drug addicts, the drug dealers, all these bad people. You're going after people who's working. supporting families and things like that. And that's where I'm
not
kind of
entirely true.
Not 100%, and you can't, you might be casting that wide net, catching a few here, but you're thinking 5% of everybody that they've caught and deported or identified are those really bad people. That's 5%. Like it's
where I'm not arguing with you on this, but where does that statistic come from? That out of everything, only 5% are the criminals.
Well, I'd have to look it up. I had it somewhere, but I'm just saying, like, it's such a weird line to be crossing right now.
I gotta say this. For what it was intended and what they have been doing in some extents, yeah, I'm for it. Yeah, if they're here illegally, there's been proof that, especially with Venezuela, about who they opened up their asylums and prisons and then let them cross into the country, drug dealers, people who've committed murders and rapes and all of that stuff that have been apprehended. I get it. But when they start saying, well, they're separating families. Well, yeah, that asshole has this fucking, criminal record of all this shit. Right. Yeah, it's going to happen. Now, has it gone too far in other aspects? From what I've seen, yes, in some aspects it has. When they say they're separating families, I don't know all the details, because whenever I see shit like that, I go, let me judge for myself. Go read. Sure. I can't find enough details, or they're just not out there.
Well, it's like, you and I both talked about it.
Hold on a second, and then you can say your thing. I just want to clarify this so I don't look like a total asshole.
Cut it off right there.
Like, I'm going to put it all out there. Let me tell you about how to spend your money. When they're saying separating families and everything, I go and I look and I go, show me the information. What did they is it this family's here illegally and they took the parents and the kids because they were living in a sublet or somebody's basement, whatever? I'm not saying that isn't the case in some things, but other times I'm like, they're not releasing the information as to why this is the issue, but also ICE isn't releasing the information why it is the issue. So you're kind of stuck there. Like, they're saying we see what's happening based off these small percentage of videos coming out. Then you hear this stuff coming out here. And it's like, but I can't really fact check that either. Right. So you sit there and you go, all right, this is obviously a big problem, but are they handling some of these situations like way too brutal? I kind of think so. Are these people way too organized? How are they showing up before this shit is happening all the time? How do they have all this stuff in place? Like, who's funding that stuff? That's a concern too, because it's like, it's two bigger things that we're not seeing happening, and we're supposed to pick a side. And they're like, they're wrong. Well, I see this video here, but then you give it a few days and you see more of that video where it's like, oh, you edited all this stuff out. So it's really difficult to make your own judgment call as a citizen, as a human being, to say, did that go too far? Well, in that one last situation, that person was killed. Okay. But then today, even TMZ had to say, look, this new footage came out where you see the guy, he spit on the guy, he kicked off the...
Yeah, who cares? That was 11 days prior. That is not a justification for what happened.
I'm not saying it is. I know,
but a lot of people are using that reasoning.
Shit comes out, and then you're like, well, what's this stuff now? Well, wait, now there's this stuff. Why isn't all this being presented?
Everything's got to have a narrative.
Right. So I don't know what to do. So when they're like, what side I don't fucking know. I don't want the illegals in here. I don't want the criminals and stuff in here. I'm for all that stuff.
Like,
do I want people getting shot in the streets?
No,
I don't either. But I also don't want celebrities telling me what is right, what is wrong, how to think, what to spend your money. And if you don't do what they say, you're terrible people. That's what brings me back to John Leguizamo. Yeah. Fuck him and fuck a lot of these other people there. Look, Billie Eilish last week was sitting there. Why aren't celebrities? She's shitting on other celebrities. Why aren't you speaking out? Why aren't you coming out here and denouncing this and all these other things? I don't know. Maybe they want to keep their careers. Maybe what good is it going to do if they do say something? You have a platform. You should say something. To who? You're telling me that.
What are we going to do?
What good is it me coming out there and telling people that this is how things should be done? Oh, so I can look like I'm in line with everybody else? The ones who aren't saying anything, not my problem. It shouldn't be your problem either. Why aren't you speaking out on this? Why aren't you angry about this? I've got a life. I'm dealing with this shit in my immediate life right now with my kid, my family, all of these things here. I'm dealing with that. I'm seeing what's on TV. I can only react to so much. I can't drop everything and this be my new veil of identity in front of me. If I can do something, I'll gladly do something. If I can vote on something, okay, I'll vote on it.
Right.
I can't do anything past that point. I'm not contributing to these organizations that all of a sudden celebrities are posting up, donate your money here to this fund, to this fund, to this legal thing. None of you are on the same page other than this bad, listen to us. And you look at all these things here. I don't know that organization. I don't know that organization. That's a GoFundMe. I don't know if that's going to be used properly. I'm not doing this shit. That comes back to John, where you doing this shit. It's like, dude, be outspoken about it. You don't tell people how to think.
Mm-hmm.
That's what costs you your job being an athlete, a musician, a celebrity, whatever. Maybe not right away, but it's already planted in people's heads like, fuck that guy, fuck that lady. I'm not listening to their music anymore. I'm not watching their movie. I'm not buying their products. I'm not going to their events, all of that shit. That's what drives me nuts. I'm not belittling the ICE stuff whatsoever. I'm not. I'm just saying in the grander scheme of things, that ICE situation is beyond my comprehension in some cases, in some factions of it. And it's impossible for me to do anything about it. Now, I can understand being upset. I can understand being angry. I can understand you wanting to vote. But me ranting on a video online is not going to do anything. It's not helping me. It's not helping anybody else. And it seems like a shitty thing to do. It's like, oh, you're doing it because it's trending. You can be outspoken, but me putting out a video isn't doing anything. If I went to an actual protest, that might feel like I'm doing something. But other than that, don't fucking tell people how to think. Don't tell them they're wrong. Don't tell them where their money is supposed to go. And if you're not, you're a terrible person. Because they scream, oh, Nazis and fascism. You kind of are doing the same thing in a different direction. Mm-hmm. But it's like, oh, we're going to shame you. We're going to browbeat you. We're going to guilt you into all of this stuff because you're not doing exactly what we think. Shut the fuck up. If you're a celebrity, be thankful that God blessed you with the opportunities that you have and the talents you may have to do all of this stuff. Don't come out there and fuck him again for the Easy Pass by telling him that I needed to have Easy Pass or I'm going to have to pay $50 on top of every ticket because that's your
the
only
real
choice.
That's the real point of all this.
You
really screwed over.
Oh, it's not 0 for 2. You're 0 for 3. You shit on Super Mario Brothers. You told me I had to have Easy Pass, and now this bullshit here with don't watch your things because if you don't go out there and fucking kick an ICE agent in the teeth because he's telling you to do that, fuck him.
Hit the Slav here telling you to vote Republican.
Hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. We have memberships now. Jordan, what were you going to say?
No, I totally agree. Like I don't believe in telling anybody what to do. I had seen some celebrities posting, look, if you want to have real change, this is the number you call. Call the your congressman, call your representative. That's how you make change happen. You're not going to sit there and bitch about it on TikTok that you're upset and then you want the likes and the attention. I do. My whole thing is like, don't be a dick. Just don't be an asshole. Live your life, do the right thing, try to make a better world for your children, your friends, your family, and all that shit. Do I think what's happening now is right? God, no. There are certain things being taken way too far. Yes, there are other videos of certain people from 11 days ago, and people are going to use that as a reason why he's an agitator. Well, you know what? Yeah. Should he have done that? No. That doesn't justify what happened later. But yes, don't be an asshole and kick cars and do shit. When you bring violence, you're going to expect it. In that case, he didn't bring violence, and then he met what he met. There's better ways to do certain
I'll tell
things.
you what he's going to meet. Shit, where is it? Oh, damn it. I just said, here it is.
Baby, I got the right to bear arms, and I'm going to bear them. These hands are rated E for everyone, and y'all can catch them.
That's what he's going to get.
I actually said, I think they said that to my son earlier today. I was like, these hands are rated E for, or it was yesterday. He was getting a little too big for his britches. He was like, I'm going to get you. And I was like, oh, you think you're going to step up on me? And I pushed him onto the couch. I was like, what? And I was like, these hands are rated E for everyone. And I thought about that clip and I just laughed. And he was like, why are you laughing? I was like, because I'm going to really get you. Man, it was so funny. I love that clip. But yeah, like you want change, contact the people that are going to make the change.
Right.
But don't sit there and think you're going to get on TikTok, spout your opinion, whatever it is this week.
Right.
And think you're going to do anything. Knock it off.
Subdivision. Ricky Gersias, is that the Spanish version?
That's
of it?
Right.
That's the Mexican equivalent. Senor Spielbergo. Ricky Gervais said it perfectly. Actors and actresses shut the fuck up, and they have zero chips in the game of actual life. Here's what they can do differently, and it's just a minor change. You can be very outspoken about your beliefs, politically, socially, whatever. You don't end it by telling people that if you don't think like me, to get off my page. You don't say, don't watch my properties, don't buy my books, don't buy my whatever. You don't do that, because even people who were like not even involved or care about your opinion, they can watch that and go, wow, he's an asshole or she's a bitch. I didn't really care for them to begin with, but now this just kind of seals it, because wow, I don't want to deal with this. Here's how you switch it up. If you feel this outspoken that you need to put it out online, you can finish it by saying, look, this is hopefully I've given you something to think about. If you feel like you want to contribute or something like this, perhaps you could find it in your heart to maybe donate to the organizations like this. Give a little bit of what these places do. Just, it's in the phrasing. You can't be as militant as the people you're opposing, because it doesn't work. You're thinking, meeting force with force. Yes, but the audience is not involved in this. Right. I know you want them to be involved, but most people don't want confrontation. They don't want to do that. They'll vote with their votes. They'll vote with their pocketbooks. If you just phrase it in the right way of giving them something to think about. Now, you can also be applied where a disaster happens. Remember last year, the hurricanes, Asheville in North Carolina, that almost that entire town was gone.
Just decimated.
Horrific thing. You don't go down there and say, whatever side, FEMA wasn't doing enough, whatever. But then if you're supporting this, whatever, to go donate to the Red Cross, go donate that, get out there and do something. People, even though you think you're saying the right thing, people get offended and will more reserved and move back and go, stop screaming at me. Stop yelling and telling me what to do. You can explain all that stuff and you go, look, this is a horrible time, but we're Americans. If we can come together, if you have anything you could spare, if you could find it in your heart, I provided a link here to donate to the Red Cross or this animal charity that's helping to get food and shelter for, a lost and abandoned animal. Phrase it differently. You can be militant, you can be upset, you can do all of those things. But when you turn to the public, you can't tell them what to do. You have to ask them or reason with them. You have to appeal to them. Now, not everyone's going to go for it, but at least you went the right way to do it. Mm-hmm. If you sit with this thing, it's like, look, we got to call your congressman, vote, and your voice matters. Your vote will matter. Come for the midterms and all these other things here. What I'm asking you to do is, like, if you here's some information, I'll provide the link, or it's in the description, however they word it, and go. If you don't agree with what's going on here, please reach out to it. You got to phrase it differently, right? At least with Ruffalo, he's a bit of a bitch on a lot of things, but when he gets super political and everything, he's not screaming and yelling, at least from the stuff, maybe I'm wrong, but the stuff I've seen, he's not screaming and yelling and demanding. He's sitting there and he goes, I can't, he's always a sad sack, essentially with what's going on. Even at the it's like, yeah, but I got this pin, and it's like, I understand. I get it. And everybody uses award shows for their political platforms and beliefs. Yeah. That's why everybody doesn't watch the fucking shows. But he's not sitting there screaming, saying how half this country is terrible and fuck you and pay for all of this stuff or whatever. It's just the approach. I don't know how PR people in Hollywood aren't talking to their clients and saying, what the fuck are you doing? This is going to jeopardize that deal you have, that movie you want to. Do you feel this strongly about blowing up half the shit you're doing because of this? Because you just guaranteed half the box office is not showing up because of what you're doing here. Just phrase it differently. That's all you have to do.
And again, all you have to do is, if you want to vote with your votes, vote with your money. Like these gentlemen here, Subdivision. New YouTube
Chris
member.
that just became a member. Thank you very kindly, sir. You're a good egg. I hope you found those frozen Reese's bananas at Costco.
Those are so good.
Him and I were talking about that. If you don't know what we're talking about, I know Costco has it. Maybe some other stores picked it up too, but it's just frozen pieces of banana covered in chocolate and peanut butter. So good. It's amazing. But he is a good egg. And the JD Gaff, JD Gaff became a member. Thank you very much to you, sir or ma'am, whatever the case may be. That is very kindly for you to do that. If you want to subscribe to the channel, please do so. Click the like button right now as we're doing this. But we have the memberships are now open. You get the back catalog. You get bonus material that's coming. You're going to start getting Would You Kindly, the other show I did with Brian Johnson from Kevin Smith movies and Tell 'em Steve Dave. Those archives are coming to the membership part of the channel there. And also in the description right now is the link to click to turn on gifted memberships. So if anybody out there, grab a membership for yourself. But if you feel like, hey, I'll donate to a couple other people and give out some memberships, it's a luck of the draw. It's pretty much it's random. So if you buy gifted memberships in, like say you bought 5 and it goes into the chat room there, 5 random people will get subscriptions that don't currently have a subscription. There's a link in there and it shows you how to turn it on for your account so that you might get the chance of a gifted membership. I want to wrap.
One of the perks though is Eric's going to come wash the car of Old Subdivision for his $10.99 or $9.99 this month. So
you went S tier. He's in the cromulent tier. We got to find another thing for the cromulent tier, something special. Maybe when the merch store gets going, maybe we'll give
when the
something.
snow goes away, you're gonna go wash his car. It's right there in the.
I'm gonna go do it now. Actually,
the small.
I'm gonna show up while he's sleeping. I'll turn on the hose, try to clean it, and that thing will be a solid block of
frozen tomorrow. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I fulfilled my end of the bargain here, pal. I don't know what else to tell you. I want to wrap up the John Leguizamo thing here, because look, I could see the expression on Jordan's face. I know he doesn't fully agree with me on
no. See, here's the thing. Like, I agree with the idea that you know, if you're gonna sit there and say, hey, look, this is what I believe, then say what you believe. But I also agree with you saying, I'm not going to tell you how to believe. Mm-hmm. Like, just because I don't like the way ICE is handling things doesn't mean I have to tell you have to think like me.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of this. What you want to believe is what you want to believe. I have had friends that have believed complete different political views of me. We're still friends. I'm not going to be like that. I don't get rid of people because of that. I have family members that have supported, you know, Trump and you know, his presidency and his policies and stuff like that. Do we talk as much? Probably not, but I'm not going to disown them as family members. You know what I mean? Like, just live your life. Don't be an asshole and do what you want. Like, fuck it.
Okay.
I don't like when they raid my favorite places that have like the best wings in Arizona. It pumps me up. I hate it.
Oh, they just raided a taco truck or something?
No, they hit this place called Zips here in Arizona. There was like a bunch of locations.
Hey. Easy on the racism, my friend.
Yeah.
Guys, racism is wrong, no matter how funny and dead on it is. So don't do it, all right?
Yeah. So
got to tell them every show. But this is coming from the guy who's fully behind ICE for deporting the Danish, because he is of Belgian descent and just something about the Danish rubs him the wrong way. And he's all about the Danish getting out of this country.
Deported.
There you go.
Exactly. If we can just get the Danish out, we can finally take Greenland and make Greenland 3.
Yes. Get the Danish out, take Greenland, and get rid of Stuttering John. Then we're 3 for 3 of all of that stuff. All right. Got that out of the way. I'm going to move on to some weirder stuff for you, because we are going to do something a little different than we normally do. We are going to go into my archives.
Ooh.
Now, I found some stuff in my archives that I was like, oh my God, I think Jordan will thoroughly enjoy this stuff.
Or else.
Remember a while ago, you and I were talking. Wait, where is it? Oh God, don't tell me I'm setting this up and I can't find it.
I love when you set something up and it doesn't work. It's one of my favorites.
No. Please be in the other folder. You touch your mic and it goes away. Please be in the other folder. Please be on the other folder.
We'll do interviews with Bert Kreischer and your camera doesn't work.
That was not my fault. Which, by the
Speaking
way,
of, for all of you guys, go out there and watch the Bert Kreischer interview we did last week.
yes, watch
And stop talking shit about everything.
Yeah, we got an enormous amount of shit for having Bert Kreischer on the show. And I don't understand why. I guess it's in vogue to treat him like they did with Larry the Cable Guy. Like it's just okay that, let's shit on Bert. Bert's a hack, whatever, all that stuff they're throwing out there. Fuck off. Bert I've known him almost 20 years now. And Bert has been nothing but kind and nothing but cool to me, to the show, to other projects we've done. I have no problem with Bert. I know Jordan has some things he'd like to, some grievances he'd like to air out about Mr. Kreischer right now. I'll give you the floor.
No, you know what? I'll save it for that paid content. So, hit that subscribe button. You'll hear my full rants.
There you go. It's on the S tier. If you want to join the S tier,
you'll hear all my political stances and my thoughts on Bert Kreischer.
Right. We'll put that bonus video up for the memberships. Look, if you don't want to go watch a show, then don't go watch a show. It's a funny show. It's a great version of a sitcom that I didn't think was going to work, and it does. It's on Netflix. If you don't like Bert, that's fine. You don't have to like everybody. I understand that. But the amount of shit that we were seeing in the comments, people DMing me that I didn't even know about, the fact we had. And then I did see a lot of people were getting pissed that Bert came on our show that didn't go on other people's shows, which that's not our problem. It's not our problem at all. Bert was a very stand-up gentleman. And when he talked to him, he's like, yeah, I'd love to come on. Never a bad thing to say about Mr. Kreischer, ever. So
yeah, Subdivisions is asking, did Bert have a shirt on? If so, I can't watch it. Not only did he not have a shirt on when he started, he ended the interview
with no pants on either. So
we saw a lot of Bert that morning.
It was a sight to behold.
Yeah.
Now, going into the archive stuff, I was looking for one thing specifically and accidentally found something else. Remember a while back, we expressed our admiration and fascination with a legendary music artist known as Leon Redbone.
I love Leon Redbone.
Right? And so much so that we started our own society, which those shirts are going to be coming, by the way. Jordan, what's that society called?
That's the Leon Redbone Hot Air Ballooning Society.
Correct.
And while you're doing your thing, I'll find the image so people can be reminded of that.
All right, please do that. So, by accident, going through my vast archives, I found Leon Redbone on Scott and Todd.
Really?
Yes. I was I was reading because I have all these cassettes full of stuff, and I'm looking through there and I go, wait, that didn't just say Leon Redbone. I go, oh shit, it does say Leon Redbone. Oh, wow, this is fantastic. So I went through and I pulled the thing. We're going to listen to it. I haven't listened to it since, I guess, the day I recorded it, and I forgot all about it. But lo and behold, I have it. Let me see what year it's from. I'm going to throw it to you for a second here. You can look through the chats and stuff while I'm doing this.
Let's see. Oh, lol. We got, I have zero issues with Bert. I just fear the lint that was in that belly button. Yeah, like he was shirtless, I think 90% of the time on that 6-episode run over there on Amazon. I mean, not Amazon, Netflix.
It's what he does.
J.W. Wasilik. Leon Redbone is awesome. He is great. He did the theme song for Mr. Belvedere, which is, I think, what got us started talking about Leon Redbone in like
streets on the channel.
Everything.
Never
before.
Who cares?
I found a jacket.
Now, it's one of those songs you can't just hum it. You have to sing the whole thing.
And then we went on like a deep dive to try to find the unedited long version. That was a night. Like we went all over the place on that.
So so I just checked my notes. It's from 2001.
Wow.
I don't have the exact date. I just had the year listed on this thing that this came from 2001.
September 10th. Never forget.
Yes, he was in the middle of playing Pollywog Doodle.
Pollywog Doodle all day. Holy shit, the second plane.
Yeah. So, I'm
not saying they're connected, but I'm saying someone should look into it.
Right. Let me see how I can get this Why aren't these working? One, two. Oh, okay. Two. All right, that's working. All right, hold on.
I'm gonna keep doing this till you find it.
All right, I got it. So let's listen to. This is Leon Redbone on Scott and Todd in 2001. I don't know why I have this. Because I was saying,
I'm glad you do.
I was going through this. I'm like, let me see. Is there a reason why I have it? I can't find a reason on paper or in my head why I have this, but I do. So this is going to be new to everybody here. Leon Redbone on Scott and Todd. We're all going to listen to it together. We can pause it at any time if you want to discuss. Here we go.
I mean, the funniest moment of the year. One of them definitely came on the day that Leon Redbone stopped by. He's the legend. Remember that song, I Want to Be Seduced? Oh, yeah, man. I was excited about having him here.
I don't know that song.
No, me neither. Well, you had just recently put me on to didn't he like do a Christmas album?
Well, yeah, I took, what was it called? I went hard in the paint with the Leon Redbone Christmas album this year. Hello, Funkin' Deep. Hello, my dear. How are you? She's check out her channel. I play with her around Sea and Thieves sometimes. She's really good. Intersect saying, I know why you have this, Eric. You're a data hoarder. That is probably true.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I don't know that song, I Want to Be Seduced. We'll have to look for that.
I love that song, and I knew he'd sing it for us.
I remember him from the All commercial.
Yeah.
And lift with that song.
Yep, the Big Feet song.
Leo.
Big Feet. I don't know that song.
I don't remember that one either.
Leon Redbone stopped by to promote his brand new album, and we thought sing a few songs for us.
So we thought.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Why, thank you.
Nice to have you here.
Here's that voice.
Yep.
Sounds like old, when Gilbert used to do old Groucho Marx?
Mm-hmm.
Hello there. Hello there. Chico needed the money, so that's why we do.
How long have you been entertaining people?
Well, I guess it depends on who you ask.
Yeah. Well, you have your guitar with you. Why don't you can you play?
The fucking what is it called? This.
The reverb?
The reverb on and the compression on this thing.
Right.
All I want to do all day. Well, it does sound good when you're singing it like that. The acoustics are pretty good.
You're like, I think I'm onto something.
Play it for us this morning. Sing a little something, whatever you know.
I think I can, but stop me whenever you get the notion.
Okay.
2001.
We're thinking this is great.
Is this too loud?
It can go down a little bit.
Is that better?
That was great.
Go up a little bit.
Certainly.
Like a middle. That's right. There's good.
You are unique.
I used to have. I can take anything. One of your favorite songs I used to play all the time on the radio. I Want to Be Seduced. Do you remember that one?
No, I don't remember that one.
You don't remember that one?
Yeah, nobody did.
But it.
How would it go if you did remember it?
It would probably go da 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 da.
Yeah, that's probably how it go.
No, I don't remember that one.
No, huh?
No.
Not been a long time.
Yeah. You know, there's. I think I was talked into recording that one by.
Somebody.
Yeah. For
somebody else.
In a film. I don't know what it was exactly.
You don't remember it?
Actually, I do remember. It was Richard Dreyfuss was making a film, and he wanted that particular thing in the movie. And that's how it came about.
You don't remember any of those words, huh?
Or the movie.
No.
No.
I love the fact that he's giving them nothing.
Yeah, it's like just zero. He's like, you don't remember anything? You don't know what it's about?
No. We used to play this song all the time. I don't remember it. I'm glad you remember it. I don't remember it.
No, I couldn't possibly remember that.
Dragged you in here.
How about a little bit of Your Feet's Too Big?
You know that one?
No,
That's a great gimmick. Like if a modern artist now came in, like it had to be somebody known, but not too, like a Gavin DeGraw, somebody like that. You know, they would come in, that just has the guitar, could play, and just, oh, could you play this song? I don't remember that. Like you just give them nothing. You're strumming, you're talking, you give them nothing. that would be a extremely viral and memorable interview.
It's awkward, and you have to fill 15 minutes. Like,
yeah, just let the host stammer around with like, he doesn't know any of his own songs. How are we supposed to play this? Like, I don't know. It's like, and then he just does a cover song of somebody else.
He played Big Feet. I was like, I don't remember the lyrics of that one. I could do the all commercial.
Let's see. Well, the haters gonna hate. I was gonna shake. It's like, but that's not even your song.
We're gonna do a little song from a lovely gal named Taylor Swift.
That was the song that was playing before you came into the studio, Leon. Shake it off.
He was here getting the elevator up.
Yeah.
I think I can give it.
Anyway.
You remember that one? That's on the new record.
Oh, yes.
Would you like us to sing something for you?
Would you mind?
You I will sing.
Hey, Joe, how's it going so far?
It's going great, Scott. I love this. I love it. It's going
What key do you want to sing it in?
Whatever you like, we'll follow you.
Yeah, I found one. You got it.
Okay.
Tuning his guitar.
What are you singing? I don't know. What would you like me to sing?
Anything.
He's giving him nothing.
Not a thing.
Words. Words have always been a problem with me. I don't know if you realize that.
He's just making this up.
He's not even doing lyrics.
He's literally making it up on the spot.
Oh, you think that's not a real song that he's just...
Oh, I don't think he's got a song right now. He's just got a tune and he's humming along.
Oh, this is hilarious.
Easy one.
I know the song. This is what I know.
I think you messed that line up.
I'll correct it this time. Oh, you got it now.
Oh, you changed. There it is. Fantastic. Who could forget that?
Oh, that's funny.
Poetry.
They don't write those kind of words anymore.
Straight to the heart.
Leon, I hate to break this news to you, but we're about out of time.
Internet celebrity in our midst, Hellraiser 69, saying it sounds like Randy Newman on pills. Or Randy Newman.
It was just getting going.
Just getting revved up, too.
Just get ready to sing Seduce, weren't you?
That's very nice of you to allow me to drop in this morning.
Yeah.
On a fine day.
Absolutely.
Once again, you're a very entertaining person, and
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
it's been a thrill. Don't let anybody tell you it hasn't. No matter what anybody tries to tell you.
Thank you very much.
I guess it's the recap of it.
Yeah, how many words did he sing the whole time?
None.
That's Leon Redbone.
I loved every
That was a
minute of
great
it.
interview.
The only way he got on the show is because I like that song Seduced, and Todd likes the Big Feet song.
I love Big Feet plays in my car literally almost every day.
I'm a big fan of Leon. I love him.
He's the best.
Yeah.
That only made me love him more, that whole interview.
I hate Todd's voice.
He was the only person that came up, and he must have said to himself, I'm not going to do anything when I go in there. I'm just going to hang out and talk to him, and he stuck right to it.
And you know, we're pretty good at getting anybody to do anything.
Without being mean about it, he was just,
Yeah.
words.
He
are
almost
wrong.
made it seem like we were ridiculous to even ask such a
He was a
thing.
very nice flop.
He was wonderful. No.
Thank you, Leon Redbone.
No flop.
I think that was
That's
Leon
perfect.
played it perfectly. Chris saying it feels like 1992 and I'm driving to high school. Yeah, I know. I don't know why I had it, but now I guess I did because I probably thought it was hilarious that he gave them nothing.
Yeah, absolutely nothing. That is funny.
Maybe at some point we'll just have to go through my archives and I'll just pull a random tape of something. And like, let's just see what's on this. And just maybe that could be bonus material for the memberships. It's like going through the archives. Like, what do you have now?
God, you and I are going to be doing so much shit.
I know.
We got so many things. But yes, that is. Oops, sorry.
Thank you for doing that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I was going to add something else, but I forgot that was on there.
Yeah.
There we go. That is the Leon Redbone Ballooning Society.
Fantastic.
Soon to be t-shirts, possibly stickers, maybe a koozie. Yeah. Who knows?
All right. Stop touching buttons. Because
I'm going to touch one more button real quick.
You ain't going to touch
Hellraiser.
Shit. Oh, thank you very much, Hellraiser.
Didn't even take one for himself.
Very kind of you. It's a gifted one.
He gifted it to old Chip Chipperson's BBF2.
Look at that.
That's very
Communities coming together.
Yeah, just giving stuff, taking stuff. Good for you guys.
We got to find some sounders for that.
I've already got ideas.
How about this?
You were using the N-word.
No, we're not using that one.
I don't think anybody wants that when they gift.
Let's play around with this. Let's see what we got here. Hellraiser gifting one episode. I'm already
one episode. That's it.
One. Yes. One and one done. Gifting one membership.
People driving by my house and using the R word.
No, I don't think that one works.
No, that was not gonna good.
What could we use?
Just put it in your box.
No,
it's like a gift. It's a gift. Someone's gifting something.
Oh, you want to do that one?
Yeah.
Cream pie. Trust me, you need this in your box.
Oh wait, the short one.
You need this in your box.
There you go.
That's what plays when someone gives something to somebody else. You need this in your box.
Better. I don't think
so big I can't even fit it in my mouth. That's how much content you're getting.
Well, we're isolating that now. I'm making a mark on that. So I also want to, I found that archive with Leon Redbone.
That's really funny.
Fantastic.
That's really good.
Now, I also found in the archives, you're not going to know who this person is, but if you're in the New York City, the tri-state area, you know the name Uncle Floyd. Uncle Floyd was sort of a children's host locally, and it was an insane show. He did voices. He had a puppet. He was a great musician. He played the piano. He had all these characters, and he used to get celebrities on his show for being local, either before they became celebrities or while they were celebrities would come on the Uncle Floyd show. I found Uncle Floyd on Scott and Todd, so I have that too. I wanted to show you a little bit about who Uncle Floyd is before we even get into the Scott and Todd stuff. This is the intro to his show. Take a look at this. It's back in the days of like public broadcasting and local networks that weren't part of the major networks. They were just their own little entities, and it's kind of got its own charm. Like back in the day, you're probably like, this is shit. But looking back at it now, you're like, oh, it's got this kind of charm, this uniqueness that you don't see anymore. Look at this.
This is New Jersey Net.
That is not.
I hate when that happens.
This, we'll try this again. Here we go.
This is New Jersey Network, WNJB, Channel 58, New Brunswick, serving all of northern New Jersey.
A reminder, the Uncle Floyd Show is made possible in part by Wild West City at Route 206 in Midtown, New Jersey.
Yeah.
The ambassador of happiness.
So yeah, he would just show up in this building, and he had this whole weird low rent thing. I forgot what the puppet's name was, but he had a puppet that was like his alter ego that he would do voices, talk. He'd play the piano, he'd play silly songs and weird shit. But for some reason, this show had a knack of getting celebrities before they blew up. And I found this video, and I want to show it to you. This video, the Uncle Floyd Show, was the first ever televised anything, performance, interview, what have you, of Bon Jovi.
Okay.
Bon
Nice.
Jovi, they just were putting out their first record, and this is before they blew up. This was their first television appearance. Look at this.
Happy to have them aboard, and we hope you enjoy them.
God damn it, it did it again.
Every
Hold
time.
on. Stupid StreamYard.
What you have to do is you got to get rid of the old video before you start the new one.
It should, if you click play on something else.
I understand
turn
how
the
it
other-
should work. I'm just working with what we got.
All right, here we go.
Very happy to have them aboard, and we hope you enjoy them. The John Bon Jovi Band right here.
Before they were Bon Jovi.
I don't care about where you've been. I don't care about anything.
Look at
but today.
I love it. That's awesome.
Maybe you and me.
He's literally playing right now in a break room somewhere.
Yeah, I only had this tiny clip of it, but yeah, this was his first televised appearance anywhere.
It's like a bulletin board of like whatever break room at the radio station.
Right.
That's crazy.
So Uncle Floyd, beloved children's television host, passed away. And going through my archives, I knew I had the Uncle Floyd on Scott and Todd. Finding the Leon Redbone stuff was a complete accident.
That's fantastic.
But that's what led to this. I mean, this is what led to the Leon Redbone thing. So what I have here is him on Scott and Todd performing two songs. He did a version of this. It's a very old song called "I'm My Own Grandpa." Do you know that song?
No.
You don't know that old? It's an old kid song. You don't know it?
No.
And then he has his own version of "Deep in the Heart of Texas" called "Deep in the Heart of Jersey." So I have either one. Which would you care to suffer through?
Do the first one. I want to hear what that one sounds like.
Which is what?
The grandpa one or whatever. Yeah.
All right. This is an old time standard song, but here we go. No.
And Uncle Floyd, I got to tell you, you are.
So it was taping off an old tape.
Uncle
here.
Floyd, I got to tell you, you are a true treasure, not just for the state of New Jersey, but for humor lovers everywhere.
Yep.
It's really fun to have you on the show, and you're welcome back anytime. But you got time to do the grandpa song.
Now you got to read this, Scott. No, that was so nice.
Yeah,
You want to hear the grandpa song again? This is the song that, my goodness, it's selling like hotcakes. Too bad it's not selling like a record. All right, I did it.
Very vaudevillian kind of.
I was going to say, yeah.
I did that song.
You can tell me Leon Redbone's doing this, and I would believe
My
you.
own grandpa.
Yeah.
I'm my own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. Oh, I'm my own grandpa. Many, many years ago when I was 23, I was married to a widow who was pretty as could be. This widow had a grown-up daughter who had hair of red. My father fell in love with her and soon they two were wed. This made my dad my son-in-law and changed my very life. For my daughter was my mother 'cause she was my father's wife. To complicate the matter, even though it brought me joy, I soon became the father of a bouncing baby boy. My little baby then became a brother-in-law to dad, and soon became my uncle, though it made me very sad. For if he was my uncle, then that also made him brother of the widow's grown-up daughter, who of course was my stepmother. Father's wife then had a son who kept them on the run, and he became my grandchild 'cause he was my daughter's son. My wife is now my mother's mother, and it makes me blue, because although she is my wife, she's my grandmother too. If my wife is my grandmother, then I'm her grandchild, and every time I think of it, it nearly drives me wild. For now I have become the strangest case you ever saw. As husband of my grandmother, I am my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. Oh, I'm my own grandpa.
You don't know that song?
I've never heard that, not once.
Ladies and
Wow.
That's a fun song. I've never heard it. That's so weird.
Breathing. Breathes out of the top of his head. Like a diesel truck. Right where the juju beat hit him. Uncle Floyd, we'll see you soon, man.
Thanks, Scott.
You're a regular. You got to be a regular on this program.
To be here.
So, yeah, that's an old
I've
time.
never heard
song.
that.
Yeah, it's very confusing trying to figure out the lyrics. And
yeah, I'm like listening. I'm trying to follow the logic. I'm like,
you need one of those detective murder boards where
you're gonna look like Charlie from Always Sunny. I'm just like,
yeah. So that's Uncle Floyd and Scott and Todd doing my own grandpa. This is his version of Deep in the Heart of Texas. Oh, this is a little low. Let me bring the volume up on this a little bit. Okay. So again, it's not like a stellar comedian or anything, but beloved in this area, was on for decades.
I was gonna say, I think we had a kind of a variety show, kind of like what you're talking about here in Arizona. It was before I moved here, but I still hear about it from people. It was called Wallace and Ladmo, and I guess they were in Phoenix for like 35 years. They ended their run in like 1989, but yeah, it was kind of similar.
Can
like
you
very
put
low
something
rent
together for next week? Maybe.
Yeah, I can do that.
Let's check out. I would love to see these local, sensations that obviously died out when television became nationalized. But yeah, finding things like that. Do you find little gems?
Oh yeah, they had like a huge following. They had like these things called Ladmo bags that like kids would clamor for, from what I was hearing. Because I didn't move to Arizona until like 92, 93. So like they were already off the air. But like even when I showed up, you would hear about them.
Right.
And they would have maybe like reruns or something. I never watched it, but yeah, like it was. This is what that reminds me of. Just one of those local things that blew up in the area.
Chris Subdivision saying, I'm convinced Eric has The Day the Clown Died in his archives. We'll have to have a special viewing.
Is that the Jerry Lewis movie?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a.
I'll have to look.
If you do, yes, we're watching.
I'll have to look and see if I do have that. Okay, so this is Uncle Floyd, beloved children's television host for many, many decades here in the New York City area. Passed away, so we're looking back at some of this stuff here. This is his version. It's a parody song of Deep in the Heart of Texas called Deep in the Heart of Jersey. Here it is.
Uncle Floyd is about to perform a particular recording that has been banned all through the state of New York.
You can hear the wobbling and the hiss from coming off old cassette tapes that are
I love
30 something years. These old what are they? Fuji extra slim high bass cassette tapes.
Yep. I remember those.
Yeah.
New Jersey. Yep. He's not allowed to perform this particular song at the Garden State Arts Center or any place owned by the state.
Well,
when you do Giant Stadium, they won't let you play it there, will they?
No, and I don't know, but they won't let me play it at the State Fair, and they won't let me play it at the Garden State Arts Center.
Ladies and gentlemen, Deep in the Heart of Jersey.
Oh, yes. Let me get the piano here.
Slide it out.
Oh, the factory smoke will make you choke. Deep in the heart of Jersey, the city rats run in big packs. Deep in the heart of Jersey, oh, the Parkway man takes the money from your hand. Deep in the heart of Jersey, and old Route 17, the traffic there is mean. Deep in the heart of Jersey.
Instrumental break.
To just play the piano that easily is
right.
Is something.
This is the musical interlude break, Scott. Oh, the city skies ain't fit for flies. Deep in the heart of Jersey, and the dioxin too will make you kind of blue. Deep in the heart of Jersey, oh, the dumps in June ain't like perfume. Deep in the heart of Jersey, but it's my state, I think it's great. Deep in the heart of Jersey,
Uncle Floyd on PLJ.
You don't have one radio shows like that anymore, but two,
No,
you don't
not at
have
all.
those. He wasn't a song and dance guy, but he was like, who was the Dr. Dirty? Why am I spacing on his name? We used to have him on O&A all the time. God, I can't. Why am I somebody in the chat will remember his name. John
Valby?
Von Valby. Thank you. It's that kind of like John Valby could do exactly that stuff, tickling the ivories, all upbeat, whatever.
Yeah.
But he would sing like gross and X-rated lyrics to popular songs and what have you. Floyd was just the guy who could, a ragtag kind of piano man.
Right.
He would go around and he would do shows at theaters and whatever and sell out the place. And like, there's nothing new to his act. It's all just old stuff recycled for, whatever area he was in, and the children's television show. And God bless him, because, you could make a living doing that at the time. I don't know if you could do that now. If for anything going on, people would get pissed off or saying like, either this is terrible or you can't make a parody song about that. But, different era, different time. The guy, growing up in the New York City area, we were very privileged to have a lot of local shit that just wasn't privy to the rest of the country. I think that's something we should explore, these local acts.
Yeah.
Television hosts, whatever. And we go back, because it started in the 50s before, the networks really consolidated power over everything. We can go back that far and find stuff.
Yeah, no, I'll put some stuff together for the stuff that I know for Arizona with Wallace and Ladmo for sure.
That reminds me, I forgot I have DVDs of stuff like this too. I have a DVD set of old commercials going back to the 50s and 60s up through the 80s. Just constant, discs full of commercials. But for some reason, I had this. I don't remember why I have it. But there used to be a network back in the 50s that doesn't exist anymore called the Dumont Network. I don't know if you're ever familiar with that.
Name sounds familiar.
They had a show called The Cavalcade of Stars. And
I remember that.
And it was essentially like the Ed Sullivan Show or the Milton Berle Show. It was one of those big variety shows where you had bizarre talents and comedians and musicians and what have you. But it was it hosted by? Yeah, it was hosted by Jackie Gleason.
That's awesome.
So I have a ton of episodes of the Cavalcade of Stars where I think if we could separate this a bit and play some of these acts. I don't know if everything is on YouTube. It might all be on YouTube. I don't know. But I have a lot of this old stuff, so that might be a route to go down too, exploring some of these old things, these old comedy shows, these variety shows.
Remember when they used to take celebrities that were popular in the 80s and make them like be in the circus? Like, I loved those kinds of shows.
Yeah, Battle of the Network Stars.
Battle of the Network Stars. Yeah, like they would train like Alfonso Ribeiro to like be a trapeze artist.
Mm-hmm.
I love that kind of stuff. Like, they don't do that stuff anymore.
Well, we could start bringing that stuff back because Lord knows they're not repeating it or using it anymore.
Nope.
Some of that shit's on. Look, oh my God! In our lifetime, you and I are going to be alive, God willing, for the 100th anniversary of television being created.
I know.
We already passed the 100 years of radio being around and motion pictures.
And motion pictures.
Motion pictures was last decade, right?
Yeah.
Towards the end of the previous decade was the 100th anniversary of the motion picture being created. And as we go forward, we're going to start seeing things that apply to everyday life being created in the modern society. It's like, this is the 100-year anniversary of Colgate. toothpaste, something like that, or
Well, you and I had
Ajax
talked
floor
about it.
cleaner.
Yeah, you and I had talked about it where like our conception, our perception of time has changed now, where like when we're growing up, we think 100 years ago, we're thinking 18 something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now when you think 100 years ago, that was 1926.
Yeah.
We're already hitting to almost the 100-year mark of World War II. You know what I mean? Like we got like 10 years and we're already in the 100 years from, separated from that.
I think we're going to start working on a segment about things that are turning 100.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, like right now, the trend is like, and this is showing how dumb people are. It's like, 2016, show your flashbacks to 2016. 2016 was 10 years ago. 2016 is not, it's not like, we're in 2030. 2020 was 10 years ago. Let's see what happened in 2020. 2020, being a decade marker, also a world fixed point in time with the pandemic. There's a lot of shit to talk about for 2020. 2016, other than, this was a great year for movies or music, whatever. Okay, fine. But any year can be that.
I can't remember what 2016 had for me.
I'm convinced.
I don't remember.
I'm convinced it's people trying, it's companies trying to convince people to put shit in there for the algorithm for AI.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. It's like, we can get a scope of you 10 years ago, a scope of you now. So it's building, these databases and things like that. I only put photos of dead celebrities. Well, except correction. I did one this week of Al Roker, which people thought he died.
That freaked me out when you did that. I was like, holy shit. I immediately didn't even read your caption. Yeah. I went to go see, did Al Roker die? Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Nope. Wasn't in black and white.
I have to say,
I messed up.
I have to say, I appreciate you all for thinking that much of me, where you see that stuff and you would, like, something happened. But I also feel a little disheartened by the fact that you don't know that if it's not in black and white, they're not dead.
Yeah, Eric Nagel, bringer of death.
No, they're not dead. I posted a photo. Al Roker celebrated his 30th anniversary at the Today Show this week. And I worked at WNBC in New York for a short time, and I got to work around Al. And I said to my Instagram,
nice. I know he was probably bigger then. That's rude.
Oh yeah, we were both the same size.
We all had to work around Al because he was so big.
We were both equal at the same time. But no, like part of my, I was a runner, driver, and production assistant. Those were my titles. So I could do a lot of stuff. I learned the hard way. You can't pick shit up off the floor because that's a union job. Like if a cable's laying on the floor, like someone's going to trip over this. I picked the cable up once and I got screamed at. Because that's a union job. You can't touch that. Only union representatives can do that. I'm like, holy fuck. I had no idea. I was just learning, just got into television and all that stuff. So I learned the hard way. Certain things you have to sit around and not do. You can't take the initiative to get it done because of union jobs. But anyway, part of my responsibilities was to sometimes was to drive Al Roker around, and another gentleman in New York, sportscaster Len Berman. If you remember him.
I don't think I've ever heard.
Oh, well, I don't think you would. I don't think
him,
he was ever on the national platform, but he was big in New York. And so I would drive Len around to wherever, Al around, wherever they needed me is what I did. What did that thing say that you put up there? I missed it from Big Red. Al Roker saw his pic on the feed and about shit himself.
He's like, oh shit, I'm dead.
That'd be hilarious. So yeah, I post that photo of Al and me on there, but everything else is just a memorial to people that I admire and appreciate when they pass on. That 2016 thing, I think, is just feeding some kind of data bank for AI stuff. So when I see, because there's no real reason for it. They're like, it was 10 years ago. It's just a look back at a decade of your life. At 2016, unless something really specific happened to one person in their life, you don't need everybody on a trend. Like, hey, let's see your photos from 2016. That's a bit suspicious. What's the reason for that? Not doing that. Sorry. I don't.
Like I say, I think back to 2016. I think, my son was born. I bought a house. And then 2 months after I bought my house, I lost my job. That was a really shitty summer. Fuck 2016. Like, I don't want to think about that.
You know what I think for 2016? Hey, one of the co-hosts of the show I worked on disappeared for the entire summer, barely came back for the end of our contract, and was surprised he lost his morning show. That was my 2016. Anyway, what was the point of all this? I don't know. R.I.P. Uncle Floyd. And that's it. All right. moving on. We could do the Ticketmaster thing next week. I had some videos I wanted to show you. Oh, I have some. Let's cheer everybody up a little bit. Even though the Uncle Floyd stuff was very upbeat and uplifting, I have a surprise for you.
Okay.
So there's a podcast out there because a lot of old TV shows have podcasts now where the casts of the shows wax poetic about their time on the show, but sometimes they're reviewing episodes.
And the MASH was just Alan Alda going, everyone's dead.
Yeah.
Who am I talking to?
Was that a Saturday Night Live thing?
No, but that would be hilarious.
Oh, it sounded like it was a real bit.
I mean, yes.
So, there's these podcasts that, that are a popular television show, have some of the cast members who are not doing anything. So they come and like, no, we're doing the podcast. Right. Because you're not working. I get it. And they wax poetic about their time on there. They go over episodes. Remember that time the stagehand and I used to have a special signal when I needed them to bring my cherry Coke over to who cares? So there's a lot of stuff like that. And this show is no different. Do you know there's a podcast for the show called Boy Meets World?
I think, doesn't it have the Topanga and
on there? And
Will Friedel's doing it?
Mm-hmm, the guy who plays the brother and somebody else. All right, so they cover Boy Meets World and then that spinoff, which apparently got several seasons. Girl Meets World?
Three seasons. I didn't realize it got that many.
And Girl Meets World had Sabrina Carpenter on it.
Mm-hmm.
She was the daughter's best friend on the show. So the podcast Pod Meets World had a special surprise guest on there that the rest of the co-hosts didn't even know. Apparently, what was her name? Danielle Fishel, who plays Topanga, booked a guest and didn't really tell them who this guy was.
The head of the NRA. Oh, this is going to be good.
Yes. What was his name? Jean St. Pierre?
Wayne LaPierre.
Wayne LaPierre. I was close. I was in the ballpark of it.
John St. Pierre may be a porn star. I don't know.
Pod Meets World. Yeah, the head of the NRA. He's going to talk about regulations and what have you here. Let's take a look at this.
Our interview today. So,
okay. Yeah. Who is this guy again?
Oh, he is a WWE wrestler. Unbelievable. You guys are going to love him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is it?
His name is Joe Hendry.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
I wish you would have told me we were going to do that. I would have had my shirt. I would have just raised it up. Oh, that's so funny.
Anytime I can find a good Joe Hendry bit, I will bring it.
Wow. Why was he on the show?
Because they had him on. Danielle's a big WWE fan. Like you see her at Raw and some events sometimes. But I guess they just worked it out and they got Joe Hendry on the show. Apparently he was a fan of their show. She's a fan of wrestling.
Comes on with his Scottish accent. He wants to talk about the episode where they're in college and she gets almost like raped in her or whatever in her college dorm. And it's like, you don't remember that episode?
I didn't watch that. That show was a little past my time, so I only knew bits and pieces of it.
So there was an episode where they're in college and who's the brother?
Ferguson. He used to come in and annoy her, and then her friend used to come in through
No.
They were not having sex, but he would just climb up the tree into her.
No, the main actor. Was it Ben
Savage?
So Ben Savage, they're going to college and his brother comes on the show to play a professor. Well, that professor is in Topanga's dorm alone with Topanga and puts the moves on her and then tries to spin it on her.
Wait, the brother on the show or Ben Savage's brother, Fred Savage?
Fred Savage plays the alleged groper.
Wasn't he accused of stuff or something?
Later on, yes. So that's why it was kind of weird. But yes, he was
art
on the show.
Reality.
I know. So
okay.
It would be hilarious.
Well,
Man, that's so funny that he's on the show.
Once I see a Joe Hendry thing, I mark it and I go, "Oh, we got to get that to, to Jordan."
That is pretty good. I like it.
This I found. This guy was making me laugh. I've been seeing his videos. He plays a video game that I'm not overly familiar with, but I've been thoroughly enjoying his content. And I think because next week we're gonna have Brian Shea on the show, our pal from Game Informer. It's been a while. He was supposed to come on before the holidays to do usually his holiday gamer guide, but that egotistical maniac had to go to Tokyo and get engaged. So he had to make it all about him and ruin our good time.
We could have proposed on the show. We would have made a whole ordeal out of it.
Or I would have just hung up on him right as he was asking the question. It would have been gangbusters.
She's on, but he's gone.
Yeah. So he's coming back on the show next week. We're going to talk about stuff going on in gaming and what have you. And we have some old video game clips that we're going to play for him. We might replay this again next week, but this is a British gamer. He's playing a game called Holdfast. It's an old-timey war game. But
okay. I think I know what you're talking about now.
But
you're talking like Revolutionary War type.
Yeah, like fighting the French, fighting like the Brits are in Africa fighting, the
American
Zulus,
Revolution,
that kind of stuff. Yeah, all that stuff. All different. It's essentially Risk was based on World War II, right? The board game.
Risk was maybe. I haven't played Risk in forever.
Yeah. All right. This predates all of that stuff. Anyway. So anyway, this British gamer, there's games I don't like playing, but if you have the right personality and if I find these content people where they're just doing their own narratives while they're playing the game, I'm all about that. Remember the time traveling gamer.
Wait, that's our word.
Yes, we can bring that back after this. But I got a couple of clips of this guy here. Let's take a look.
Cork out and ready for inspection. You do. Good boy.
Me, I do.
Do you have your cork out? Yep, good boy. Do you have your cork out? Good boy. Who's next? Do you have your cork out ready for inspection? That was very, very cowardly of you. Now come and perish. Nice block. Oh dear! Oh dear! Goodness gracious, that is unfortunate. Come on, then, you want to taste the blower, do you? You want to taste the spear instead? Oh dear! Oh, you've missed, have you? Silly boy. Where are you going? Where are you going? Come here. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Open the door, I'm coming in. That's right. Come on then. Daddy's coming to give you a good fucking. Come on then.
Oh
Did you really miss that? Oh, gentlemen, that's embarrassing. Oh, gentlemen. Oh, gentlemen. Oh, dear. Oh, gentlemen. Back. Oh, hello. Step into the thunder. My bussy squeals in victory. Listen to her sing.
Oh, no, I hope that wasn't actually real. Oh, my God, I'm going to cry.
So that is so funny.
He's walking around as this old British soldier with those long spears, remember?
Yeah.
I forgot what they're called.
Bayonets.
Bayonets.
That's his rifle with a bayonet on it.
No. It's the long spear where you would run in. That might be it. But he uses that weapon all the time. He just walks around and just spears people. When I caught his feed the other day, he was just like, "Who's here to perish? Are you here to perish? Oh, let me help you out." Oh, yes, perish. And he's just stabbing people to death while being so.
I see you want to taste the blower.
Yes,
that's funny.
All right, here we go. Here's another one.
You just killed my boyfriend. That was my boyfriend. You killed my boyfriend. Stay out of this. Fuck you. That's it. You killed my boyfriend. Perish. Come on then. Good boy. Good boy. You killed my fucking boyfriend. He killed my boyfriend. It's only fair. Come on now, don't shoot me. You're dying for that.
Come on.
You're fucking dying for that. Yes, I fucking warned you, dear boy.
Come here. Only one.
No.
Why did you shoot him? He was looking for his boyfriend. Billy Fondlebottom, are you okay?
My butthole is relinquishing many farts, dear boy. It's not a good day for me. Has anybody got a tampon for my fart box?
For God's sake, someone gets Fondlebottom a tampax for his bottom. With or without wings, good sir.
Oh dear. Run into my bussy, have you? What a shame. Hiding in a bush, are you? How did that go? How did that work out for you? Who's got yummy farts for me? Which one of you has a yummy fart? Have you got yummy farts? Yummy farts, dear boy? How have you missed that, dear boy? That's embarrassing. You got any yummy farts there, dear boy? No? Yummy farts, please?
So
funny.
Yeah. I know it's not for everybody, but I find these things like in the middle of the night and I'm sitting there laughing to myself. Like, this is so ridiculous.
Turns out Chris has actually been playing it. He says he has it on his PC in Steam. Battlegrounds 2 is the name of that game.
Really? I thought it was called Holdfast.
No, I guess that's
what I mean. He kept saying Holdfast on the tag. So
then
wait, go back. What did it say? It's Brits what? It's Brits versus the USA, and the guns are hilariously inaccurate. But you have to stab people to get a lot of kills, and they scream freedom when we busted a guy play. I don't know what it is, but it's the same kind of game.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, that sounds fun.
But yeah, it's just, and he's got a group of people, and they're all prim and proper speaking while he do it. It's like one guy was in the back. He's like, I'm sorry, this is incredibly inconvenient for me, but I appear to be dying. And he's like, oh, let me see if I could resurrect you, sir. Like they're just going back and forth. There's a video they have on the other end where you hear regular toxic gaming in chat screaming stuff like "fuck you."
They're just mad at him and all that stuff.
They're screaming at each other. They're because apparently you can have different groups together on the battlefield doing this stuff, and these guys are also prim and proper. Like, excuse me, you need to perish. Like that, just going around. I don't know why that makes me laugh, but it does. It beats most of the stuff that you find on Twitch. I'll bring it back just because I had mentioned it again. But the Timeless Gamer, the Time Machine Gamer, for those who do not remember, this is a guy who mysteriously went back in time and found himself playing Call of Duty. There you go.
Win.
Wait, what?
Said no need to worry. We're going to win the match.
Why are you talking like that, folks?
Well, I'm from 1947. I found a time machine and now I'm here.
Yeah. What's your name, folks?
Harold Henry. Nice to meet you.
Harold Henry? That's what you said?
But you can call me Harry for short.
That's overly cool that you could sound like that, folks. I ain't gonna call. What type of time machine it was?
Well, I went to investigate the Roswell crash in 1947. I touched the alien craft, and now I'm here playing Call of Duty.
Well, no playing Call of Duty. I guess you
Whoa. Did you just say the N-word?
Yeah, I'm Blake.
Wow, you guys took the word from us?
What?
That's like my favorite part. That is like my favorite moment right there.
Yeah. I love that stuff so much. So much.
It's so good.
All right. I don't think there's anything else we can really throw in here because we do need to take a break. We are way over time.
We are, but before we do, hold on. Media. Play the sound.
Hold, gentlemen, hold.
Super chat.
Oh, the DJ Gaff with a $5 super chat. Ice, more like snow because they're in Minnesota. I don't get it. It's geographically accurate. I don't see what the humor is.
I wanted you to read that one because you do a better chip.
There's one time in St. Olaf.
Yeah, and
we'll be right back.
More. It's Eric Nagel. Next.